The Pro Bowl rosters were announced, and the Dallas Cowboys have 7 representatives. Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, and Deron Bland will start. Punter Brian Anger and kicker Brandon Arbery were named starters, while Dak Prescott was also selected to the Pro Bowl. The 49ers have the most with 9 selections, and the Texans left tackle Laramie Tunsil was the lone Texan selection and is a starter.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up.
So wake me up.
Wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
Man, it's nice to hear.
No, it's-
That is
no, it's
Rudy
not. You'd
J.
rather be asleep.
I am Rob Thompson. I hadn't heard that in a long time. But welcome aboard. What is R&R in the morning? A Thursday edition. Man, that's
Is it
nice to
Thursday?
say. I think it's Thursday. Could be Monday. I'm going to act like it's Monday because,
No.
but for you, I bet it feels like Friday and a half. It's probably
Yeah,
a long week.
it actually feels like Wednesday.
Oh, that's a
because-
good thing.
Exactly, because, we didn't come back until Tuesday, so we're good.
Would you prefer having Monday or Friday off?
Friday.
Monday it gets weird
Yeah, it gets
because
super
you
weird.
think it's early and but then by the time you get to Friday, you feel like,
And
man, it's
then
been a
on
long
Mon-
time since the day off.
And then Monday, you still got to come to work Tuesday,
Truth.
regardless. So, yeah, Friday, you just like free for all.
Well, we are just about face first in it as we start a Thursday. Looking forward to a Sunday game that could mean the NFC East title. We're looking at the Pro Bowl. It's flag football game,
It is a flag. Well, yeah, they went to flag last year, 2-hand touch or whatever it was. They didn't hit last year.
You reminded me of that in pre-show. I was, oh, that's right.
Makes more sense to play now,
Because
or at least show up.
we were actually having the discussion. Purdy's the starter, Dak's the backup. And we were talking, probably neither's going to play. So there'll be
Right.
another guy there. But if it was Dak was the vote getter and was the Pro Bowl starter, I bet he played.
Has he been a starter? I don't know if he's ever been the starter. I know he's been a Pro Bowler before because, whatever reason, somebody doesn't play, somebody backs out, or just been named a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. But I think if I had been named to start, I'd show up. And then you said,
one
but
of
it's a flag football game. I thought, oh, well, then, no.
Yeah, one of them will be in the Super Bowl, so you won't be able to.
Both better hope.
Right.
They better hope we're going to be held to pay. We're going to look exactly at the Pro Bowl selection. If there's any snubs, I mean, by the time you get to snub level,
And it's 52 dudes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, how do we get there? How do you get to, NBA, I get, snubs there. Even MLB, I get snubs there. When you talk about 52 dudes, like, then you got 12 dudes that are hurt,
right?
10 dudes that don't give a damn. Next thing you know, everybody's made the Pro Bowl.
Because, let me tell you, whether I was voted in or achieved that status due to an injury, I'm telling everybody I made the Pro Bowl, and I will have the jersey in my hall, and everything will be as if I had gotten the votes.
And being named, look, is as much as irrelevant as the game is, being named matters for
It does.
negotiations.
Yeah,
Like, whether I play or not matters none. Matters for when my contract comes up, and when I'm trying to go to the Hall of Fame. I was a 10-time Pro Bowler, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. So it matters.
oh, it does. I completely agree. Although in the present, it feels superfluous, because everybody's chasing the ring right now, the title.
Yeah, right
You know,
now,
right
that's
now
all.
you're like, eh.
Yeah, right now, you're like, whatever. But, once, hey, we've been eliminated. Nah, why not go to wherever they're playing? Where they playing the Pro Bowl this year? Miami,
I think
Hawaii?
I think they
somewhere
brought it back
warm.
to Florida.
Yeah,
I think,
somewhere warm.
and they have the helicopter drop and the obstacle course and tug of war.
I'm
and
down with that.
water gun fights.
They should be doing that. Put the blue dye back on the balls and throw it at the moving target.
Yeah,
That was fun.
there's something worthy
Yeah, that stuff was fun.
in the middle of February. Hey, what do you make of what's going on with Philadelphia and AJ Brown?
Receiver 101. At this point, because they are playing so bad, he's more of a problem than he is a, receiver threat. Because they're playing so bad, it's like, okay, well, look, we've lost 4 or 5, and you're running your mouth. But, credit to him. He took some blame, said he apologized to the team, and, let us know that Nick Sirianni's been falling on the sword for them. So he came to, he sat at his locker and said all the right things, but he's been more of a headache this year than anything.
I'm trying to define with Philly, because you figure out who your leaders are in situations like this. This is where, this sucks. If this was Dallas right now.
Oh, my God. If this was CD? Oh, yeah, it'd be a mess. Keep in mind, he started the season off talking about he wasn't getting the ball enough. So he's been a headache all year long.
We're going to look at it at 6:30 because I do think it matters. I do think this is something to follow very closely as a team in dissension both. Or are they? And is it a good thing that?
Or are they going to gel?
Yeah. Or is this going to bring them all together? And you wonder what Jalen Hurts' role in this is, as I heard some sound from him, and he just sounded a little terse, a little short. So we'll talk there, look around the rest of the NFL. The Texans, when we talk about snubs, and I think the Pro Bowl, some of these awards you win the year before. You get the name on the board and everybody talks about you this year. And then next year you're already on the top of mind. And you don't have to have as good a year as you did previously to make the Pro Bowl, because everybody knows you earned it the year before. And I think there's probably a couple of Texans on that roster that deserve or earned their way.
I would say Nico Collins.
Yeah, I think him. I
think CJ should have made. CJ's just on the wrong side of the conference. The AFC, there's so many good quarterbacks. If for whatever reason the Texans are an NFC team, I think he makes it.
My contention is you can't turn things around this quickly and get this much better without the significant addition of talent. I mean, something crazy happened.
And the coach of the year.
Yeah, well, certainly. And D'Amico is right. In fact, I think the winner of this game this weekend between the Texans and the Colts gets coach of the year. Can we just call this a playoff game?
Plus, said it's Stefanski because of all the injuries that the Browns have dealt with.
Yeah, they're talented, though,
Nick Chubb, and you're on your fourth quarterback, and you got some 50-year-old dude playing quarterback, and you've kept it all together, and you've already secured a playoff spot. And this is a Texan fan saying this.
I tend to agree with everything he said, but I will say that both coaches going at it on Sunday or Saturday night. It's Saturday night, right? Is that when they're Texans Colts?
Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday.
Well, the reason you can make a big case for Steichen is because what's going on with Philly. Like, just look at his departure from Philly. They've come apart.
So I think there's a good argument for all of that. And I think that there's a couple of Texans that probably earned some Pro Bowl discussion that just didn't get there because nobody expected them to get there. And I think that as the Texans close this out in a winner-take-all kind of game, I think this is going to be one of those fun games. Amongst there 4 games this weekend?
There's Buffalo, Miami matters. Dallas
it matters.
Commanders matter. Obviously, Texans and Colts matter. Now, there's a bunch of guys sitting too, but there's some games that definitely have a lot of implications.
So 6:30, we'll look very closely at that. Always at 7, we do the Silver and Black podcast talking about games that happen and are about to. Giannis versus Wemby, round 2 or 1?
Well,
it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, Wemby didn't play.
That's what I thought. So it's round 2, but really round 1.
It's round 1. Hopefully they both play.
And we will see. Trying to figure out where exactly we're going. My goodness. There are moments when he is just a glorious player to watch.
Who are we speaking of?
Of Wemby.
Oh,
okay. There are moments when for 2 and 3 minute stretches where everything is kind of clicking and you can just see it coming. But that is so outweighed by everything else that's been a point of discussion. And as we pass the Christmas ceremonial beginning, we got to start looking at trade deadline deals. There's a big name in Toronto that might become available. We know the Spurs have checked and kicked the tires on this guy before.
And Toronto laughed at us at that time.
even though
we were sending them Kawhi, they still laughed at us.
We got us a big German post.
And
Austrian, I'm sorry. He would take great offense to that.
Yeah,
he's Austrian. We got us a big Austrian instead of Pascal's from Senegal.
I forget where Siakam's from.
I buried it. I actually mentioned who I was supposed to tease forward. We'll tell you who that is.
I know, right?
at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we're talking college football as the championship game comes soon enough, I hope. Monday, we'll talk about how everybody got there. A lot of people watched over the weekend. But one game got a few more than others.
Cameroon.
Oh, Cameroon. I knew it was not your typical Nigeria. Most of the African players come out of Nigeria now.
Yeah. They've had an influx of talent hit the NBA for sure.
They got the farm system working there.
Yeah.
Speaking of, when we talk NBA or NFL, I read something interesting regarding international expansion and how that might affect your Sunday viewing.
All right.
It's actually a beneficial thing. But I just don't know which way it's going to go. And we will look at that as we do NFL. So let's do this correctly. Pay for this expensive show because we got a DH, a digital hero that is worth his weight in gold. Coming back, we're looking at the Pro Bowl and the Dallas Cowboys. Starter or backup, worthy awards given to all, with the Cowboys and Niners dominating the NFC. We'll look at Pro Bowlers and playoffs. That's the NFL gumbo coming next. You're on R&R, and this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, over the week holiday, I had a chance to leave town. And when you leave town, the first thing you notice when you step into a shower is this water is different. Just different. Doesn't feel right on me. You know, when you have a Kinetico water softener, you get used to the very best. You get used to water that works exactly as it should. Doesn't leave anything on your or around you in your pipes, on your skin, on your plates, or anything like that. It just washes you clean. Yeah, and when you travel around, you realize what you got when you don't have it. And if you don't have it, how could you know? Well, Kinetico's got an offer for you. Right now, if you'll dial 656 Pure, they will come and put a water softener in your home for 90 days without any kind of commitment at all. So you can find out what I found out I missed, the Kinetico quality. When I have a Kinetico water softener, I don't buy any extra salt, and it only works when I work. It doesn't even plug in. It works on kinetic energy and is manufactured and designed in the United States for water like ours. So if you're on a well or on the aquifer, it doesn't matter. Get yourself a Kinetico. Dial 656 Pure. Go to KineticoSA.com for all the details, but all you need to know, 656 Pure, 90 days of the best water softener money can buy. Call them today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Cowboys and Commanders. Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Out of the gun, back to Dak. He's taking another shot in the end zone. Left side of the end zone. Touchdown.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Huebner, or online at tricountymeat.com.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Expo Hall at the Freeman, and boy, do we have a great show this year. After years of supply chain and disruptions, our dealers are loaded with RVs, and they're making deals. A full array of Class A, B, and C motorhomes, gigantic fifth wheels, toy haulers, teardrops, and pop-ups. So go on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com, buy tickets in advance. No need to wait in line. Today through Sunday at Expo Hall at the Freeman. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health San Antonio can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive San Antonio. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. you're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
No amount of money can make up for a life-changing injury. I'm George Salinas, and at George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our team of attorneys will fight to get you the maximum compensation because we prepare and we care. So if you've been injured in an accident, get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stopped. Opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details.
Homeowners, this is not a drill. Do not put off replacing old, broken, drafty windows in your home one more day. Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies, can transform your home, fixing common issues like hot or cold rooms or sky-high energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex windows and doors combine the strength and insulation of wood plus the low maintenance and durability of vinyl, guaranteed to never fade, flake, blister, or peel. These are truly your forever windows, backed by Renewal by Andersen's industry-leading warranty coverage. Just text WARM to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings are only in January. Text WARM to 200-300 right now. Text the word WARM to 200-300. Don't wait. Text WARM to 200-300.
The Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
I love San Antonio, man. I love it.
On 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It's R&R. That's Rudy J.
Yep.
You want to find out what color hoodie he has on? You know how you can do that.
How?
You can, you can call and ask Edwin. 656-3776. That's a utility number that you can use to call or text. Or I would recommend going to our YouTube channel, and while you're there, subscribe, like it on the daily, and listen on the regular, wherever you might be. You want to win? I saw something that's pretty cool.
What's
what
that?
Do with this thing? We're giving away some cash. I didn't know this. You need to go to SanAntonioSportsStar.com, SASportsStar.com. Get yourself signed up for the New Year, New Cash in 2024 gig. I love it when we give away cash. $2,024. It's easy. Just sign yourself up at SASportsStar.com. I would play, but I can't win.
$2,024. What is what? Well, I guess the 24.
And a little lunch, a little something for you.
Is that tax deduct? Is that
no, that's no, it's not. I'm not gonna,
damn.
You don't pay taxes. Uncle Sam fine you one way or the other.
I thought if I was under 10 grand, I was good.
Judging by our current tax code, that money gonna get taxed 2 or 3 times before we're done with it.
Good Lord. You still need it.
Yeah, I mean, some of us as we enter tax season need that extra cash.
And no one's gonna pay that anyway. You just hope that slips through Uncle Sam.
That's it, they're not paying attention. They got bigger problems. The Pro Bowl was announced. All our Pro Bowlers was announced yesterday. Brock Purdy is your NFC starting quarterback, and it's hard to argue. Best quarterback. I mean, quarterback on the best team.
I will
say
my eye test tells me Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy.
He is.
That's my eye test. The numbers, he has less interceptions than Brock, more touchdowns than Brock, but the completion percentage and the QBR, Brock wins there, and Brock beat Dak head-to-head like he stole something. But my eye test tells me Dak Prescott's a better quarterback than Brock Purdy.
If Dak had a better defense, he would be the starting quarterback.
And Christian McCaffrey.
Well, no, that helped. No, but he does have a CD that he has turned into a reception. I mean, he does have CD Lamb. I mean, the guy is a beast. Numbers tell you. But I will tell you this. I feel like Miami defense plays well.
The Cowboys win.
Cowboys win.
Cowboys weren't great offensively that game.
No, they weren't. But Brock Purdy won it with a lot of not great offensive games. I think that they were so close because of the two-team stature, and there really isn't. I mean, the quarterbacks, they're all in the AFC. I mean, that's where they all are.
Right.
There's two quarterbacks in the AFC that probably would have been the starter in the NFC if they'd have been playing in a different conference. Two, maybe three that I would have put over.
I'm trying to think.
Mahomes, despite everything, I mean, just kind of goes without saying. Josh Allen, Tua, Lamar. Can I keep going? Flacco. Hell, I put Flacco in there.
No, stop it. Not in 5 weeks span. But I hear you.
You know what I mean? Those guys all seem to be playing at a higher level than anybody in the NFC. But Dak Prescott is a victim of circumstance.
So let me ask you this. Stafford beats out Jalen Hurts?
There's a problem there.
Is it though?
It's still a slinging award. It's still a stand back and sling it quarterback award. And it just is, unfortunately. Lamar gets MVPs. He can't start in a Pro Bowl. I mean, things, not Lamar, but you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
I mean, the movement versus the stand-up Statue of Liberty quarterback, and still there's an aura about being the dude that stands there and takes the shot and delivers the dime that Stafford is kind of one of the lasts of.
Stafford's numbers look good, I guess.
He's a brilliant passer. I never gave him the credit that he deserves, but nobody throws a better ball and hasn't for the last decade than Stafford.
I just can't take the Rams serious. Players tried to talk me into taking the Rams serious yesterday. I just don't.
I don't either.
I don't take the Rams serious. I mean, okay, I think considering where they started and, now it looks like they're going to be in. I think, hell, Matthew Stafford's not even going to play this week. They're going to bring the backup starting in that game. But I just don't take the Rams seriously. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Why is that? Because we both have the same, and I can't put my finger on why.
Because when we're talking about them having to play either Dallas or San Francisco at some point, they're getting beat.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's San Francisco and it's Dallas and everybody else. Now, again, any given Sunday, I get all of that. But on paper, just looking with my eyes, it's just like, okay, if it's not San Francisco that's in Vegas, it's going to be Dallas. I would love to be, I know, and you know what? There could be some good games, right? Dallas could play a good game against Green Bay in the first wild card round. Philly could play a good game against the Rams in the wild card round. But at the end of the day, there's only two teams that out of the NFC side that will end up in Vegas. That's San Fran and that's Dallas. I know, now if I was on, the Monday Night Countdown show or the Sunday show, they don't want you to say that. They want you to play it up like, oh no, if this happens then that, no. It's either San Fran or Dallas.
Philly is,
I'm not about to sit here and play around like it's gonna be somebody else other than those two teams. It's just not.
3 weeks ago, we couldn't have left.
Injury.
Of course. I think, right. But 3 weeks ago, we couldn't have left Philly out of this conversation.
No, but now I'm sorry. When they've shown me enough.
Well, right now,
this isn't their season.
It's not their season, and maybe A.J. Brown is telling what's going on truly behind the scenes. We can't figure what's going on. Let's hear about A.J., what he had to say about the situation his team is in. The Cowboys might have themselves a running back, though that new running back, that is, has a decision to make. Dalvin Cook? Really? And Texans going into the last game of the season with a playoff berth on the line. Who'd have thunk?
They go from 3 wins to possibly getting in the playoffs, and they only have one Pro Bowler.
I would be skipping around.
That's a little strange. I think, but again, y'all new to the party.
Yeah, they get it next year. There's a couple dudes that'll get it.
Pay your dues, man.
It'll come. We're talking NFL because the gumbo is hot. That's next here on R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
Go to golfcluboftexas.com right now, especially if you want to play some golf this weekend. The course fills up, and it fills up fast. I'm telling you, when I do get out there on the weekends, I get out there early so I can make sure I'm home to watch football, and the course is already jam-packed. They put a lot of time, money, and effort into getting that course up to par. Fairway's fantastic. Greens are fantastic. Staff from top to bottom is fantastic. My buddy just had his yearly tournament out there. Went great. So go out there. Play some golf at golfcluboftexas.com. And after that round, go in there and have you some food. It is the best sit-down restaurant on that side of town. Just this past weekend, they had a wedding. You looking for a wedding venue? They got you covered. It's truly a one-stop shop and so much more than just a golf course. Check it all out for yourself at golfcluboftexas.com. That's the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are getting close to the NFL's final regular season ball games, and that includes the Cowboys. And Jason, it's a big one for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is, and the Cowboys have been in the news with some possible additions. We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He joined us at 4:30.
And we'll talk some Houston Texans. They got a playoff game on Saturday. The General John McClain, he'll join us at 5:15.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Are you tired of going to the dentist over and over again? Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Mueller, Chief Oral Surgeon at Doctors Implants.
We have put a lot of money into fixing my teeth over and over and over again, a filling or a crown or a this or that.
At Doctors Implants, replacing your teeth with full mouth dental implants might be the long-term solution you're looking for.
The 6-Hour Smile is a permanent full mouth teeth replacement. Your new smile will be custom designed to fit your face and lifestyle and will look and function just like regular teeth. You won't need to remove them from your mouth overnight, and you won't need adhesive to keep them in place. Eat freely and smile confidently again. Research them at doctorsimplants.com. Receive a complimentary doctor's consultation and CT scan when you call 210-640-0000. Again, that's 210-640-0000.
Mother 6-Hour Smile.
Skincare is self-care, and with daily beauty steals of 50% off during Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event, I can find everything I need to make loving my skin a daily practice, from brands like Osea, Lancome, and Tula. And I can shop weekly skin and wellness deals of 30% off more must-have brands. Plus, see what's new from brands like Bubble and in select stores, Sol de Janeiro and Ulla Henriksen. Hurry, event ends January 20th. Shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold, and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
And now another no-brainer money-saving tip from Progressive.
That doesn't sound good.
Paper shredder's jammed, but I think I fixed it.
Oh, well, try shredding these $50 bills then.
Seems like it's working.
Better try another $400.
Stop. Instead of using money, use regular paper. And here's a better tip from Progressive on how not to waste money. Don't pay too much for car insurance. Drivers who switch and save could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. That's right. All of our poker playing listeners tuning in, SA Card House is a must visit. It offers a beautiful atmosphere. It's clean, it's inviting, and it's top-notch customer service for your poker playing pleasure. SA Card House brings a unique and completely new vibe to card houses, offering games for all skill levels, which is why I'm so in love with it, because I'm just a beginner. I go in there and they make me feel welcome, and everybody kind of teaches you the game. And they got games for you professional level poker players. And don't forget about Foster's Bar and Grill. I've had just about everything on the menu, and everything is fantastic. They have 3, 4, maybe 5 different chefs in there, all great food, and I've had the best banana bread pudding that you can possibly ever have. Everything's made from scratch, and of course the poker playing is top notch. SA Card House is a private social club, and they're always accepting new memberships. Visit sacardhouse.com for more info. Stop in for a quick drink. Check the space out. That's SA Card House at Bitters and 281.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, this is not a drill. Do not put off replacing old, broken, drafty windows in your home one more day. Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies, can transform your home, fixing common issues like hot or cold rooms or sky-high energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex windows and doors combine the strength and insulation of wood plus the low maintenance and durability of vinyl, guaranteed to never fade, flake, blister, or peel. These are truly your forever windows, backed by Renewal by Andersen's industry-leading warranty coverage. Just text WARM to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings are only in January. Text WARM to 200-300 right now. Text the word WARM to 200-300. Don't wait. Text WARM to 200-300.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 7 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
I'm all about winning. So when it has to do with winning, then it's part of our operation, our messaging, and our outlook.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R. Oh, I like it.
I don't remember this one.
I don't either. The Thursday Night Football thing. For Amazon.
I don't ever watch that pre-show, so I don't hear the music. I turn it on when the game is already like they're on 1st and 10. You know what I mean? Like I don't have anything to do with their pregame, their halftime. I watch football on Thursday nights. That's it.
I like
and they're probably really good.
It's flashy.
What was it, Richard Sherman?
Oh yeah, and
is it JJ Watt over there? No,
it's
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick,
and big
Richard
tackle
Sherman.
from the Rams.
Whitworth.
Yeah, see, I every now and then at halftime when they're standing on the sideline and they do a quick little thingy.
Well, it's working.
But I don't know their music.
Their viewership this year, the Thursday night games specifically, up 24% over last, averaging a little over 11.7 or so.
That tells me Prize Picks, DraftKings, and FanDuel is up because those games there's been some awful Thursday night games, but there's more gambling, which means more eyes.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that. You're right.
That's all it is.
Right.
Everybody's doing Prize Picks.
Yeah.
Prize Picks because you can turn $5 into $5,000. So I got
this is an unendorsed. Which, by the way, Prize Picks. You listen to this?
Yeah, I got 5 guys. I know 5 people that do it every night. Basketball, football. Oh, he didn't have 12 rebounds. He would have 12 rebounds. I would have won $1,000. It's crazy.
See, I was throwing it toward. I leaned in on the. It's just the NFL.
It is. The NFL is king because it's the most fun sport to gamble on.
They will literally give us anything and we will consume it.
Yeah, it just seems easier to do football picks.
Speaking of Monday Night Football, is way up as well. They're up like 35% of viewership over last.
That's Troy and Joe.
I think you're right with gambling, though, first and foremost. I didn't put that out there, but I think you're right that I do. I mean, those games, even the Monday night, even though they've tried to improve them, there's been a little bit of a shifting to some games. It's Joe and
they do
Troy.
A good job. They do a good job of keeping you interested. And then I think also, I don't know if do they put the ManningCast in those numbers?
You know what? I don't know. But I would, because
if I was
ESPN, I'd want to.
I'd throw it in there.
Yeah. And I watched that some.
You don't. You hate it.
You
know what you know what I do with that? I just wait for the viral clips.
True.
Because I don't need to watch the whole game. That's the one thing in my life I've adjusted to. Like, I'll just wait for the viral clip. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna sit around and watch the full length anything anymore. Why would I?
Because it is kind of like sitting and watching a Dockers commercial for
because sometimes I don't want to sit there, and I know Peyton knows offense and Eli knows offense. I don't want to sit there and then break it down and they're inside jokes that I don't care about. Just give me the highlights from the funny interview, give me the reactions, and that's the part I watch.
And I get it. You're the goofy brother. Peyton's the cool one.
Is Peyton the cool one?
That way they act. That's part of the act.
That's debatable. He's the big brother,
and he acts well.
Now Eli,
not the way
Eli's a little goofy.
Yeah, and
Eli's a little goofy.
I get the act. I get it. That mom loved Peyton more. I get it.
And Peyton, he was Peyton, and Well, you'll never be Peyton, but guess what? I got 2 rings just like Peyton.
And one
I beat Tom Brady twice
with a Velcro helmet.
No kidding.
A.J. Brown with the Philadelphia Eagles. Is this a symptom or a recovery?
He may be in Philly another year and a half.
This is A.J. Brown. This is his second blow up this year, second or third?
Dude, it seems like every week he's on the sideline mad about something.
As Philadelphia wrestles inside the locker room for its very soul after suffering a post-gauntlet collapse. This is A.J. Brown on the situation that the Eagles find themselves in, and his situation too.
A.J. Brown frustrated with the Eagles. AJ this, AJ that, but everybody in the locker room is frustrated. So why are you singling me out because I'm frustrated? Like, just because I'm shaking my head, I'm showing emotion. You can look at everybody in the stadium has bad body language. They're frustrated, And so, I wanted to clear that up because it's not about me. Like, we're all frustrated. So I wanted to clear that up, man. Your question was?
No, about the other sources of the frustration.
Yeah, because I want to win. Like, I want to win, and I'm trying to do everything in my power to win. Like, I wake up before the sun come up. I go home when the sun is past hours after the sun has gone down. Like, this is our life. We dedicate our whole entire life to this, but it's serious to us. You know what I'm saying? And so it comes with frustration because if one man goes the wrong way, a half inch, the play is over. It doesn't work, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And that's what actually happened that last drive. That Brian is getting crucified on that on the play call or whatever. That second play, if somebody go the left and block a certain person, it's a 30-yard touchdown.
Who's somebody?
Jalen, he runs in. So that's why it's the greatest game of it. That's the greatest game it is today because it takes all 11 to be on the same page. And if one person mess up, the whole play is over with.
A good spin on the question. And I think A.J. Brown.
Receivers always swear they're more passionate than anybody else. Like, they always, I'm just passionate. They love going to that. They love going to I'm passionate, and which is fine. I get that. But at the same time, when the cameras are on you because of your past temper tantrums, why would the media not be asking about it? Why would the media not be assuming that? Like, when we don't know what's going on and we just see you having a temper tantrum or you're taking your helmet off and just sitting down in the end zone and pouting, we're going to say things and we're going to speculate.
Is Jalen Hurts now exactly what we think he is or thought he was going to be? Is this a Jalen Hurts problem is what I'm saying? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know about that. I think Jalen Hurts can play. I just think he has dealt with some injuries. 2, he's dealing with a pain in the ass wide receiver that he doesn't have to hear his mouth. They forcing the ball to him. And ask any quarterback when you change offensive coordinators, even if the system is quote unquote the same, there is a transition period. Number 2, they still won 11 games. He's gone to a Super Bowl. No, I think Jalen Hurts can still play. I just feel like this has just been a weird last 5 weeks of the season. I mean, they lost to the Arizona Cardinals, and so did the Cowboys.
But this is obviously not the Eagles.
Right. They also beat Buffalo. They also beat Kansas City. Mm-hmm. They have some great wins, and they have some ugly losses. I think everybody in the league has that this season.
What was he in Pro Bowl voting? 3rd?
No, he wasn't even 3rd. Stafford beat him out.
4th.
Maybe. They may have put Geno Smith ahead of him. I don't know. I don't know.
Think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is the MVP candidate that ended up
last year was MVP candidate was a holding call away from winning a Super Bowl.
What I'm trying to get at is A.J. Brown being the first one to say the king is not wearing any clothes. Like, he's not as good as I thought he was. He can't get me the ball. And we're relying on one other dude, whoever this other dude is that missed the block.
Right.
But before,
should have been a 30-yard touchdown.
An MVP overcomes that. An MVP, the guy missed the block. The MVP still made the play.
No, that's fair. No, Jalen Hurts deserves to be criticized this season. He wasn't what he was this year, but he also, I want to say, he broke a quarterback touchdown record as far as rushing, and that's because of the tush push. But
it's that on its own.
That's because of the tush push, but still, They beat the Cowboys once this season. They beat Buffalo, beat Kansas City. They have some great wins, but it's gotten ugly these past 5 weeks. And, when, losing causes turmoil along with injuries, along with both coordinators, offensive and defensive. Yeah, it hasn't been pretty. And they deserve to be criticized. I have no problem with anybody criticizing them, and then A.J. Brown comes in and makes it worse, throwing his little temper tantrums and aisle 7 at HEB like a little kid.
Well, I didn't want to make this, and this is why Philadelphia sucks kind of segment. But there is,
there's a lot of people that feel like Jalen Hurts is overrated because of last season, and this is who he really is. To go back, to bring it full circle to your question, you're not the only person that thinks that.
And above and beyond that, are we seeing not only Jalen Hurts for what he really is, and I don't know what we define that is, but are we seeing Sirianni now for the guy that we thought he was initially? But it turns out, over the last couple of years, I've become a bit of an admirer. I don't like his style, but I do like the output. I mean, the guy can obviously coach. Is there a problem with that? Because while AJ didn't focus on his quarterback.
No, the bigger problem is their defense. It's real, we could talk about the offense all we want because that's the sexy side of the ball, but they can't stop anybody. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I would be shocked if they're not in the bottom 6 or 7 defensively. Like, they are awful defensively. Keep in mind, in that Arizona game, they were up 21-6.
They were up
21-6, and the defense can't stop anybody. You can do whatever, and the secondary is worse than the Longhorns. Their secondary is awful. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah,
I said it, Edwin.
That was good, too.
Yeah, 436 yards, but y'all are back. Yeah, their secondary is comparable to the Texas Longhorns secondary. It's
now,
bad.
AJ talked about his head coach.
I can tell you
what?
Measure your words.
There may be things that Nick probably want to fix about himself, and I'll say, but one thing I can't respect, loyalty is not one of them. And I say that because he takes up for us when it has nothing to do with him, and he gets the blame. But that comes with his job, And sometimes Jalen does the same thing, and just like Brian, he get the wrong end of the stick sometimes. When it be us.
AJ Brown talking about both his quarterback and his head coach.
Yeah, his coach, he said, the Seattle situation, that was on us. We improvised and we messed up, and the Sirianni fell on the sword for us. That's what a coach is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. So that's not.
So I'm not going to give him any credit for that. He's supposed to do that.
So he didn't give him credit for doing that, but he did say if he could. What did he say? Fix some things about himself.
Yeah,
you're right. 1.5 years. How long does his contract last?
He just signed when he got there last year, and it changed that team. Again, I don't think they just forgot how to play offensively. It's just rough year for the Eagles. Well, a rough 5 weeks because the beginning of the season was fine. So it's just been a rough 5 weeks. They've lost 4 or 5, and things look gloom and doom. But at the end of the day, you still got to bring your lunch pail and your hard hat when you come to play them. You're not just going to roll in and just run over Philly, unless, you're San Francisco. San Francisco did that to Dallas and Philly. But anybody else, you better bring your A game if you're going to beat them.
Don't forget confuse week 15 with playoff week 1.
It's different. And it's rough for Jalen Hurts because he's a no-nonsense guy.
Mm-hmm.
And to have to keep answering questions about A.J. Brown for a guy like Jalen Hurts who just wants to come to work, it's got to be a pain in the ass.
Just wants to power lift. Yeah. As we watch the Eagles pick up guy after guy on the free agent market over the last couple, they pick up 2 or 3 days. A defensive back.
All year long, they were picking up guys.
Now we understand why.
Yeah.
Used to, we thought they were just keeping things from the Cowboys or just getting guys to get them.
They got the linebacker. They went and got the safety from the Titans. They got the linebacker from the Colts because the defense sucks.
So we thought, the Cowboys wanted them, and they're just getting them to get them, and those guys are jumping on the wagon.
They sucked.
It turns out they desperately needed them.
Right.
The Cowboys, I don't know if they desperately need a running back, but a power running back would be nice.
Yeah.
It would be nice. What's his name?
I forget. No, Dalvin Cook. Mess with you.
Should the Cowboys chase him?
I say no. I don't see any hurt in it. I don't see any problem in it though.
We got a couple minutes to figure out, and he's got a couple teams to guess about it. This is R&R. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Cowboys and Commanders, Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Out of the gun, back to Dak. He's taking another shot in the end zone. Left side of the end zone. Touchdown.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text JUDGE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 321-321. That's JUDGE to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Skincare is self-care, and with daily beauty steals of 50% off during Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event, I can find everything I need to make loving my skin a daily practice, from brands like Osea, Lancome, and Tula. And I can shop weekly skin and wellness deals of 30% off more must-have brands. Plus, see what's new from brands like Bubble and in select stores, Sol de Janeiro and Ulla Hendrickson. Hurry, event ends January 20th. Shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
This year, wouldn't it be great to stop dealing with thin, brittle, shedding hair and instead have the thick, healthy, gorgeous hair you've always wanted? Well, now you can by using Hair Volume from New Nordic. Hair Volume is the all-natural solution trusted by millions of women around the world to say goodbye to thin, brittle, shedding hair. Look for Hair Volume at your local Walgreens and CVS or online at Amazon.com or NewNordicUSA.com. Go to NewNordicUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Hair Volume at your local Walgreens or CVS.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. We got a big weekend of NFL football. It is the final regular season football games, and for the Dallas Cowboys, it's a big one. They need to win the NFC East. Stephen Jones will join us to talk about that coming up at 4:30. And the Houston Texans virtually have a playoff game Saturday night against the Indianapolis Colts. The General John McClain will join us at 5:15. By the way, we are live at the Texas RV Super Sale at Freeman Coliseum beginning at 2 o'clock. Hey, Rudy, I'm proud of you, man, but a little more diaphragm. Hump day.
Oh. That's Joe Reinagle.
I don't think I'll ever master it, Joe. No. See, I won't ever master it. I won't ever. I don't know if I want to. Yeah. That's not gonna be something I sit at home and work on.
It's a
hump day.
2016. When was that? When was that?
Yeah. 15, 14.
Something
when the
like
camel
that.
was coming down the office in the commercial.
It'll live on with the frogs.
Did you see the Dr. Pepper transfer portal commercial? That was great. That was they hit that on the head. I was
the
like,
one where he's
like the transfer portal's open.
He's getting
sucking everybody in. And it's like, that's my starting quarterback. He was like, but I can't let go of my Dr. Pepper.
Like, that's my Dr. Pepper hand.
Yeah. I was like, well played, Dr. Pepper. Well played.
We're going to talk some college football in the next hour as well. When we get back, silver and black time as we look at the Spurs. The Bucks and the Spurs go at it again. When we get a matchup of the behemoths, we're going to compare the Freak and Wemby. And oh, by the way, the Cowboys probably should go sign Dalvin Cook if he'll come. Come on now.
Don't sign names.
I dropped that in right at the end of the hour.
It's just a name.
His name is Dallas. His brother whooped our ass. Maybe we get half of that coming back. We're talking Spurs, silver and black coming. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Talk.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are getting close to the NFL's final regular season ball games, and that includes the Cowboys. And Jason, it's a big one for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is, and the Cowboys have been in the news with some possible additions. We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He joined us at 4:30.
And we'll talk some Houston Texans. They got a playoff game on Saturday. The General John McClain, he'll join us at 5:15.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting roles for recurring automated text marketing messages. Messaging data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, this is not a drill. Do not put off replacing old, broken, drafty windows in your home one more day. Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies, can transform your home, fixing common issues like hot or cold rooms or sky-high energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex windows and doors combine the strength and insulation of wood plus the low maintenance and durability of vinyl, guaranteed to never fade, flake, blister, or peel. These are truly your forever windows, backed by Renewal by Andersen's industry-leading warranty coverage. Just text WARM to 200-300 for your free consultation on top-quality affordable windows or patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings are only in January. Text WARM to 200-300 right now. Text the word WARM to 200-300. Don't wait. Text WARM to 200-300.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you go back to living a normal life again. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who have had knee, back, shoulder pain, who were able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here with the regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love, and don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Did you know there's dust floating around your home?
Really?
Yeah. Dust starts on hard surfaces like shelves and ceiling fans. And when you walk by, dust starts to move, compromising the quality of the air you and your family breathe.
So what do I do?
Get Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster. Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster is the fast and easy way to trap and lock dust.
Before it gets into the air.
Exactly. So you can just... Swiffer Heavy Duty Duster, proud partner of the American Lung Association.
Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring Gain scent beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent maracas smell amazing." You could call them scent maracas, but most noses call them Gain scent beads. Try Gain scent beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
R&R in the morning is Rob Thompson and Rudy J. Morning 6 to 10. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Pro Bowl rosters were announced, and the Cowboys have 7 representatives: Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Deron Bland. Also, Brian Anger and Brandon Arbery all named starters. Quarterback Dak Prescott was also named to the Pro Bowl. And the San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight against the Bucks. They look to snap a 3-game losing streak. Tip-off is set for 6:30 from Frost Bank Center, and it will be televised on TNT.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up.
So wake me up, wake up. Rob Thompson.
Normally the other way in transition to the left-hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Thursday edition. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. We're glad you're with us, and you picked the right hour because it's time to talk Spurs. Silver and black, we talk it every day at 7. Make sure you follow us, like us, and do the appropriate stuff every day. We get a matchup of the current and the future, I guess, as the Freak might be playing as the Bucks and the Spurs go at it tonight.
Yeah, the Freak, they played last night in Indiana. They lost for the 4th time to the Pacers. You know, now Giannis, he's sometimes load managed, but I hope, you know, it is a TNT game. I don't think he meets the 35-year-old criteria. Giannis ain't 35. Dame isn't 35 either. So I would hope both of those guys are playing, unless they're going to give them a phantom. Adrian Griffin going to grant them a phantom injury.
You forget Adrian Griffin's their coach.
Yeah, no, I almost said Coach Bud, but I forgot Bud's no longer there.
Last night, Giannis went with his 5th straight game of 25, 10, and 5. It's his longest streak this season and ties Joel Embiid for the 2nd longest streak, along with Jokic, who has 7. When you look at what Giannis has become, is he exactly what we want Wemby to be? I mean, as far as the game he plays, do you think Wemby is
we want Wemby to be able to shoot free throws and shoot threes.
Yeah, yes.
I mean,
Good
Giannis.
point. No, you're right.
Giannis, when he won the chip, he was hitting his threes and he was hitting his. I mean, keep in mind, in the closeout game, he went for 50 in the closeout game in the finals. All right, 50. So yes, a selfless superstar, just wants to win. That's all he cares about is winning. Plays two-way, dominant in the paint, knows who he is, isn't too flashy. So, yes, to answer your question, now, do I want some Joker in there mixed in? Yes. But as a whole, is Wemby yes, absolutely. Is Giannis what we would like Wemby to be? Yeah, a champion that knows who he is and gets the job done, and he's two-way. So, yeah, I think so.
I do, too. I mean, sadly, I think that Wemby possesses some things that Giannis doesn't have. I think Wemby's gotten more handles, a little bit better handles.
Oh, God, everything.
Better
the skill set is way different.
But there is something about Giannis's game, a toughness that I think Wemby definitely lacks. But that was 10 years ago. When we go back to what Wemby is now and go back and look at what Giannis was 10 years ago.
Damn, Giannis has been here 10 years?
He started in 2013.
Wow. Time's flying. When I look at this, when I'm looking at Wemby's numbers and Giannis' numbers, his first 29 games, I guess they were like, we don't know about you just yet.
Well,
right?
Who did? I mean,
I didn't.
Well, I'd certainly never heard of him when he showed up in Milwaukee.
They weren't even letting him play.
No, this was what his numbers looked like.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis's 6.8 points, 4.7 rebounds, assist a game. Just, you know.
And I'm sitting here griping about 19, 10, and 3.
Charles Bassey numbers. And then we look at what Wemby's been doing. So there's a comparison and an expectation. But if you look at where Giannis was, and you look at the team that Giannis was on, and then fast forward 10 years, there's a title in there, there's a couple of MVPs. I think the comparison is excellent.
Now
at worst.
Right. Now there was somewhere along the line in this first 29 games of Giannis where they realized, like, okay, this kid is more than just a 2-year, 3-year project. Yeah. And the minutes picked up quite a bit once he hit December, like 35, 42. But, you know, in October and November, the coaching staff didn't know what to do with him. And then in December, they're like, dude, let's play this guy.
Well, let's not discount the difference in situations. Giannis was not in any position to dictate the way he was going to play in the NBA. For Giannis to play in the NBA, he had to do exactly as his coaches and the staff designed. I mean, there was no variance. If you're going to play, you're going to do X, Y, and Z to start with. And it might not have anything to do with padding your stats and looking like a complete basketball player. It's going to be you rebounding and hustling, first of all. And Wemby has been able to dictate exactly what he wants to do. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Oh, we talked about it yesterday. I didn't get your thoughts because you weren't here, obviously, but Wemby checking himself into the game.
Dude, there's some things going on with the Spurs I just do not understand.
Giannis wasn't allowed to do that. That was Chris Middleton's team. Keep in mind, Giannis was with Chris Middleton.
Oh, yeah.
Karan
OJ
Butler,
Mayo.
OJ Mayo, Gary Neal.
See, If it looks a lot like the Spurs,
Yeah,
with
it looks
some
a
older
lot like
dudes.
that. But no, Wemby is in a totally different situation. Because again, I think when they drafted Giannis, they were like, in 2-3 years we could turn him into something. And then next thing you know, they realized they had a superstar in their hands. Whereas Wemby came in like,
already
here's the keys.
Yeah.
You go do what you want. I'm not to the point where Papa said, I'm not going to even coach you. I'm not going to even coach you. I don't want to overcoach you. I'm going to let you do what you want to do.
Lordy. So I watched all of the Grizz game.
I watched the whole game too.
What came out of the Grizz game was a highlight dunk for Ja Late. But let me tell you, Wemby came to play.
The block in the first quarter was impressive.
And he scared.
Was it the first quarter?
No, it was first or second. It was early. And then Ja fell on himself, tripped over his own feet.
Yeah, then
like
Ja
the
was like,
second.
then Ja was like, nah, I got to get you back,
So
bro.
he limped around until he got an opportunity and went and tomahawked. And it was a beautiful thing. But there was a brief shining moment there for about 5 or 6 minutes where the Spurs, when it was talent for talent, played aggressive, solid basketball for 5 or 6 minutes in the second quarter.
He said 5 or 6 minutes.
That was it. The second half was an utter damn disgrace.
It's been that way for 30-something games. What are they, 5 and whatever? There's been that like that for 30 games. Second halves is just awful. They're awful in third quarter.
So it is amazing how bad they are. And it's not for, I don't think it's for lack of effort. I don't think it's for lack of X's and O's. They're just dumb. They're just dumb. I don't know how else to parse it. Everybody,
careless.
They're just dumb.
I'll say careless.
I'm not saying they're.
No, I know you're not saying they're not book dumb.
Yeah, they're not
book dumb.
ignorant. They're not
dumb.
incapable.
It's just basketball dumb.
Sloppy, reckless, dumb basketball over and over. And I can't help but watch Pop on the sidelines. I just can't help but watch him when there's mistake after mistake after mistake. And I don't know what to make of his reaction because it is so not the Pop that we are accustomed to. Yeah. Most of those guys 2 years ago would have been on a bus to Austin from Memphis. They'd have been on a bus from Memphis to Austin.
Pop is at the point where you've seen those viral videos where the mom is asking the kid, if you had 3 apples and Johnny gave you 2 more, how many apples do you have? And he's like, 73. That's where Pop is. Like, okay, like, hey, Vassell, what's 3 plus 2? Oh, it's 5. Okay, so if Johnny, you got 3 apples and Johnny gives you 2, how many you got? 67. Yeah. And you just throw your hands in the air. You know what I mean? Like, that's where Pop is. Like, dude, like, because sometimes, they come to the sideline and he'll have his hands up and he'll be like, if you would just, you could see the Johnny 3 apples, take away 2 apples, how many apples you got? That's where he's at. And everybody's like, why aren't you yelling and screaming? No, you can't yell and screaming when you just.
And things are
just
so
not that guy.
Ass backwards right now. Last night, the NBA had 5 games that went over 140 points.
First time in NBA history. And keep in mind, the Thunder and the Lost scored 138. So it was almost 6 teams dropping 140. And the Pistons, like only the Pistons can do, scored 148 and still lost.
And the
it was overtime though.
And the Spurs are the most offensively challenged team in basketball.
You think so?
I can't
offensively.
I'm not saying they don't have guys who are able to score. I'm just saying their offense sucks.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad for a lot of reasons. But in a league that is set up, that is literally set up for you to go get 140 and lose. 138 and lose. But the league is set up to do that. It's like Pop zagged when everybody zigged. And what we're watching just begs the next question. What are you going to do at the trade deadline? My goodness, we know what we got, or we'll have a pretty good idea what we got here.
Or don't have.
Exactly. I think that's a better way to put it.
Right.
What we don't have as a Spur franchise. And we're going to start hearing names dropped. We got a couple on our roster. I think McDermott is going to certainly be circulated along. I think Chetty Osman's going to be a much coveted kind of dude too.
Graham as well.
Exactly.
He's just sitting over there wasting away, right?
Yes. So I think there's dudes that are going to be talked about. But more importantly, I think there's guys that are going to be brought up outside that could tremendously help, at least in the short term, if that's what we're chasing. And I'm talking about right now, Pascal Siakam from Toronto seems to be a guy that might very well be available soon. Now, keep in mind what Toronto just did.
Just went and got R.J. Barrett and quickly.
And traded Anunoby, which I thought was an untouchable dude.
Yeah, well, it's just one of those things where they're Toronto's letting it be known this is Scotty Barnes' team. And even if you can play or not, you're gonna have to. We're gonna build the team around Scotty Barnes, and Anunoby and Barnes are kind of the same guy in some way, shape, or form. But Barnes is the more talented. So they're doing what all good GMs do. Like, we're gonna fail fast and fix it now. That's why Ujiri is one of the best GMs in the game.
So I saw that and thought, well, are they getting Barrett and quickly to replace Siakam's output? Siakam's an offensive dude.
Yeah, he can score. He can score. He ain't been the same since that year he had Kawhi.
Well, it
but
helped.
Still, yeah, it helps when you got Kawhi.
Or is this the replacement? I mean, are they there to help or to replace? I don't know yet, but if he's there, I know, at least from innuendo and rumor, that the Spurs were certainly asking about him during the Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, they asked for him. They asked for Spicy P in Toronto laughed, but I don't blame him.
Is that a guy, 656-3776, 656 ESPN, that is worthy of a chase, is worthy of a first rounder at the minimum?
I give up a first rounder for anybody right now.
And now you know what? If they had won 10 more games, if the Spurs had 15 wins, then I'd go definitely, because I believe that Siakam's worth 7 wins on the second half of the season on his own. He shows up, Spurs will win 7 basketball games that they wouldn't have won at Pascal. Right. But is it worth the chase now? Have we gone too far down the road to even begin to think about trading for a dude whose contract expires?
That's the only problem I have with it. If he was under contract, I'd do it. But I don't think Siakam would, with the way it's currently constructed here in San Antonio, trade for him just for 6 months.
Or for a couple years, and does he want to wait?
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not. Look, I would love Pascal Siakam if he was under a 5-year deal and I know I could keep him for a while. But considering his contract's expiring, he's probably going to walk. No, I'm not doing it. But yeah, I would love for him to play alongside of Wemby. Anybody, any veteran, anybody at this point. But no, I'm not doing it with an expiring contract. Well, I'll say this: I'll say, hey, we work this out. But Pascal, when you walk through the door, you got to sign a deal. And if he says no, then I say, okay, well, we pass.
I just don't think he's willing to wait.
No, hell.
I think he knows that
not when you've already been a champion.
I saw Kyle Kuzma is going to be floating around there coming out of Washington. And shoot, you don't have to talk to me twice about Kyle Kuzma. I am not a fan.
No,
I'm not.
Me either.
And I know that he was part of a deal that was a potential way back when he was a Laker, that Kuzma was floated for. Was that a Kawhi deal too?
That was a Kawhi deal.
Yeah, he was floated back then. He does, at least by position, fit what I would like to see the Spurs bring in.
Look, he can play. I'm not about to sit here and tell you that Kyle Kuzma don't have game, but he's a me guy. He cares more about his pregame outfit than he does the game. No.
I'm good on that. I'm
good on that.
You don't want him in the locker room with Victor? Is it one of those?
I don't mind him being in the locker room with Victor. It's just like, nah, he don't got the right mindset. Like, we're trying to get back to Title Town. Like, you're not winning titles with Kyle Kuzma.
Edwin just threw up on our monitor some pregame photos of Mr. Kuzma.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Look, again, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
He's a victim.
I'm all for the fashion. I get it, but I don't want Kyle Kuzma. There was a time I did. Before he became Kyle Kuzma, I wanted him.
Did he Kardashian? There's something on that?
I think he dated the Jenner, the tall one.
Okay, not a Kardashian, but a Jenner.
Whatever.
Are they all the same?
Yeah, he was one of Kendall's starting 5.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Devin Booker. There was Ben Simmons. There was Kyle Kuzma. I think Jordan Clarkson was there for a minute. She had a nice little starting 5.
Speaking of starting 5, Julian Champagny.
I like him.
I was going to say, I've been making fun of him.
I like him.
I like what he brings to the table because the dude, at the very least, I think gets better with age.
Yeah, I like him. Him and Blake Wesley have grown on me.
Blake's still got
Blake's plays too fast.
Yes.
But he gets downhill, but he just always looks like he's running 10 miles an hour. No, 30 miles an hour, excuse me. He always going super fast. He hasn't learned the different gears.
And I think, go watch some Patty Mills tape. I think
Patty did play 30 miles an hour too for a while,
and it took him a while to kind of adapt. We're not asking you to slow down, just slow down.
No, we are.
And well, I'm saying I like the speed of your game, but your speed has to be used appropriately.
Right.
Don't go 110 miles an hour all the time. Every now and then go 120, but for the most part, I want you at about 70. You know what I mean? Right. I like the explosion.
I like the intensity.
Just dial it back a little bit. But Champagne, and I'm saying his name right.
Shoot.
He can shoot.
Damn.
He's not afraid to take the shot, and he takes them at appropriate times. He doesn't just because it's time take his turn. It seems like because he knows, hey, man, I'm just happy to be here. He's the stray dog you picked up. Like, man, you want me to do that? I'm in because I get to play. I think there's a lot of that in his game. When it happened, I believe I said there's no NBA team that's ever going to win a game with Julian Champagne as a starting. I think I said that.
That's fair.
It's fair, but it's unfair because I'd rather see a guy playing doing that than some other guys that have been playing do what they've been doing.
Right.
And it's not I'm singling one guy out over another. All of them, when you're this bad, you're all victims. Every one of you guys.
There's nobody that should get, any flowers unless you're talking about Wemby, I guess.
And then there's Wemby, who we compare. He's sitting right now averaging 18, 10, 3. And shooting a little over 50%.
Yeah. Great job.
Great job on a bad basketball team. Not the rookie of the year, though.
Yeah, he is.
Is it?
I think so.
I keep seeing comparisons.
Because the thing about it is, Chet is getting all these Shai Gilgeous scraps. You know what I mean? Like, he's on the second best team in the West. Like, you flip-flop them. You know what I mean? And Oklahoma's even better. So I don't think Chet is what Wemby is yet, but Chet is nice. I'm not like let's be clear. Chet Holmgren can play.
Okay.
But I mean, his job is so much easier because there's Giddey, there's Shea, you know what I mean? Like there's 2-3 other guys before he has to even really do anything. They don't even have to call plays for Chet.
No.
You know what I mean? Like he just gets the scraps but to his credit, he's doing well with them.
And on a grander scale, OKC is a problem, man. Look out for those guys. They are really good.
Yeah, and another problem that we're really not discussing is that other team in LA. They've found their groove.
We got a minute or two. Let's get into this.
They found their groove. Ever since Westbrook said, all right, I'll go to the bench. They found their groove.
And Harden had 20 and 10 last night, and
now
playing...
you can low manage Paul and Kawhi because you brought in Harden. We all laughed when he got there, but it's working out just fine.
I think tomorrow we need to do a 2024 prediction.
Yeah, it's about that time. We're a quarter in.
I mean, I do think as we look forward, the Clippers are going to play a significant role in the NBA at the second half of the season because it's the expendables. If those guys can just stay moderately healthy, they've been there so many times. Right. It's just something that you expect them to get done. But when you talk about getting things done or expectedly getting them done, you expect James Harden at some point to
go 0 for 27 from 3.
Do something weird. You just hope that if you're a Clipper fan, you hope that when that day occurs, that he's finally got some backup to help it.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they've become a problem. They're playing really, really good basketball. And did you see the other alien? They're finally letting them play in Phoenix. And he's balling. Bol. They finally let him play. He's the last 2 games, they finally put him in the game. Dude is balling. He's a baller. I don't know what he does behind closed doors. He must be an a-hole. I don't know what it is about him. He must have awful practice habits, must show up to practice late, leave practice early. But his last 2 games, they let him in the game. He played 20 minutes, had 14, 6 of 7, 2 for 2 from 3. But again, he can't get on the floor. And I can't put that on coaching. That has to be something he does. But yeah, man.
You wonder the dynamic on that team because Vogel is a
I want him. I want Bol playing with Wemby. I just want to see that.
Yes. And
I want him.
And you would think that Vogel would see this and go, I'm going to have Bol
I got to play him.
To play because I've got another freak out there in Kevin Durant. But I do think if you're looking long-term, that Bol is probably the most lethal man-on-man guy out there to play against him. I wonder, for him to get the minutes that he's getting, was it Kevin Durant going, yeah, play the kid?
Well, and Durant's hurt, so that helps.
Well, I think it was the dynamic Vogel, I'm going to play him, or what? Or is it Kevin Durant saying, okay,
let this kid play? Because we'll keep in mind, there's the grumblings now that Durant's unhappy. They're not doing right by him. They're 18-16. So they're like, yo, let's pull out all the stops.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Durant's
of course,
upset.
Durant wants out.
It is also that time of year as we get closer and closer to our championship game coming up on Monday. Despite all the moaning and groaning, football fans, it was a pretty damn good year. And we got some numbers to back that up. College football ain't done yet. Let's pat them on the back for what was and what is about to be as college football closes the chapter on a 4-team playoff. We'll talk about what we saw and what we expect next. It's R&R, and college football talk is coming right here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. You know, as I go through a weight loss journey that's 6 years long with the Institute for Functional Health and Dr. Jacob Torres, I want to expand a little bit about what they do. Because when you start to lose weight, there are benefits that go beyond measure. I mean, how you feel and how you look and all those things that go along with it. But then there's those things that you can begin to address that you could not while you were heavy. And one of those things with me is my terrible knees. For all those years that I carried around all that extra weight and all the miles I put on doing what I do over the years, my knees have been awful. But to fix that, I had to drop the weight. And now that the weight is down, now it's time to address the problems that I just couldn't look at. You know, the Institute for Functional Health can work with you there. I'm going through a PRP process right now with Dr. Jacob Torres as we work to regenerate my knee. That's one of the great things that the Institute for Functional Health does. They're far more than just go there to lose weight. They are my primary care physician. They are there to take care of any rehab. They're there to take care of any aesthetic things. And also they're helping me with my knee and PRP. That's what they can do for you. They are a full service medical facility that I have taken advantage of. And what got me there and what will keep me there is Dr. Jacob Torres and the weight loss program, because it worked. I'm 6 years now down nearly 70 pounds and now can start addressing the things to make my long-term life more functionally healthy. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we're chasing? As we begin a new year, and as if you have resolved to lose weight and make your life better, I want you to call Dr. Torres. I want you to meet all that great staff, and I want you to find out that weight loss can work for you. Yes, you, even if you've tried. The way you start is make one simple call. The number is 210-468-1891. The website is iffhealth.com. If it's time, you know it is. Make the call to Dr. Torres. He's helped thousands just like you. Let him go to work for you. And when he does, I know you're going to be thanking me later.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we're getting close to the NFL's final regular season ball games, and that includes the Cowboys. And Jason, it's a big one for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is, and the Cowboys have been in the news with some possible additions. We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He joined us at 4:30.
And we'll talk some Houston Texans. They got a playoff game on Saturday. The General John McClain, he'll join us at 5:15.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Freeman Expo Hall, and boy, do we have a great show this year. Hundreds of RVs, every shape and size. All dealers are ready to sell. You'll get the best prices of the year, Thursday through Sunday. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
Now is the best time to buy a Connecticut water softener. With current models being closed out to make way for the new ones, you can save big. Call Connecticut at 656-PURE and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you. That's 656-PURE.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk, like getting up to 25% off drywall boards. Plus, get an extra 5% off every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need, because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount ticket at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at lowes.com/credit for details.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Listen up, Texas. You can now play your favorite lottery games right from your phone with Jackpot.com. The Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are getting bigger every day, and you can get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets right from your phone at Jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
I love playing the lottery, and Jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to Jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to Jackpot.com. That's Jackpot.com. Jackpot.com. Paid for by Jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to Five Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It's R&R. Thanks for joining us here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Top of the morning to all.
He sounds great. Go look at him. Go to YouTube, sasportstar.com. Make sure you're liking and sharing. And if you do, while you're moving around your internets, use your device. Go to sasportstar.com. We're giving away cash right now. It's your chance to win. Not right now, but we're doing it currently. $2,024. It's easy. Go to sasportstar.com. Get yourself signed up. Get all the details there in our contest tab. And we hope you win some squala, as my youngest would say. A
little bit of money.
A little bit. $2,000.
I can use it.
I could use it right this second. We got our championship game coming up on Monday night. And you get the sense it's the two right teams, right? Unless Georgia would have made it.
When you say right, what do you mean?
The two better teams won on. I'm not saying that all four teams were the correct teams, but I'm saying of the four teams that went, the two better teams are playing.
Sure.
Is that a safe assumption? I mean, I'm not saying Washington's that much better, but I felt like at the end of the game, Washington was a better football team.
Sure.
Okay. So that being
Texas
said,
fans isn't going to agree with that. I said a lot of Texas fans saying they should have won that game.
And they have every right to say it. They do.
You know, Sark. A lot of people not too happy with Sark's play call and so on. I mean, I didn't get your thoughts. What were your thoughts on the game? You just got
Sark blew it.
What, play calling?
I thought play calling was weird. I thought that last drive was tremendous. It really was. And I shouldn't say blew it. That's not a good term. I thought
sketchy.
A little sketch. A little bit of the same complaints that you have about Mike McCarthy.
I think McCarthy and Sark are in the same boat. I think people get frustrated with the timing of some of their calls, not the calls per se. But why did you call that at this moment?
Sometimes don't be the smartest guy in the room. be in the room with the smartest guy.
And Sark has a script, and he really doesn't deviate from it.
Did you hear that? Like, he scripts like 40 plays or something nuts.
And it's weird when, like, I don't mind having a plan, right? That's what we do every day. We come in here and we set up a show. But if it takes us somewhere else, if the vibe of the show takes us somewhere else and there's reaction to something else, then you deviate the plan. From what I'm told, Sark has his script, and he's going to stick to that script.
And I'm not going to argue with success. I'm just
I mean, he's in the college football playoff for a reason, but you also got to have the ability to be like, okay, that isn't working. I can't go back to that. Let's do this. Like, screw your script when the game takes its own, takes on its own identity.
The viewership was amazing, at least for the first game. 27.2 million.
So Bama and Michigan had 27.2. Now, how is that possible, Rob, when it's the wild, wild west? It's out of control. We're losing this. This isn't college football as we know it. They have too much control. These kids are just leaving all over the place.
It's over.
The job is too hard for the coaches. But yet 27 million people watch the damn game. Ain't that, I mean, what are we talking about? Is college football really in a bad place? Like a lot of the rocking chair folks will have you believe.
Now, how many times did those 27.2 million people that were watching get to hear about the 2-time suspended head coach?
How many times did they bring it up?
I don't think they brought it up. I don't recall hearing anything about the fact.
You know what?
That the head
I watched
coach
that whole
of
game.
The Michigan Wolverines spent, 6 games? 6 games this
I
year.
think it was brought up in the pre, but not after that.
They kind of talked about it around
They tap danced around it.
A little bit on the side, a little here and there. We didn't hear anything about stealing signs. I know they didn't bring that up. They might have talked about the suspension. So what I'm getting at is, yeah, that's water under the bridge, and, it's college sports. We didn't care. They didn't bring it up because nobody cared.
No, at all.
Because it's been damn good football. It's the best college football money can buy. That's what we got.
After all we went through, you got to think about everything we went through. That was 6,000 kids in the portal, Rob. But I mean, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, when you're watching these games, and then now next year you're going to get 12. When you're watching those games, you're not thinking that the receiver from Alabama won a national title with Georgia.
Right.
You're not thinking about that. You're just in the game. You're in the moment. The portal matters not. The NIL matters not. You're just watching the game and enjoying it like 27 million other people did.
At the end of the day, for college football, at least, we're cheering for the front of the jersey and not the back.
Period.
We're cheering for the helmet.
It's a regional sport, and once you get here, you're family.
Right. And that gloom and doom about what's wrong.
Oh,
and
my
this
God.
And that,
it doesn't
my
even.
God. I was watching the game with my 83-year-old father, who is a football fan of passing note.
Okay.
And after the first game, which was a good football game. My goodness, I enjoyed
really good football game.
I mean, it was well coached.
It was a old school.
Yeah.
It was a battle. It was a defensive battle, but good game.
I thought well played, well coached. Mistakes at the end cost, but that's college football. And afterward, when I'm talking with my father, he goes, it's amazing how good the game was, despite the fact college football's been ruined. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why? Well, players are getting way too paid. And it's that line that you hear over and over that you just start to believe is true, when in fact it never has been true.
No.
Never. College football is better today than it was, and it's getting better and better.
It is. And again, I mean, I know I woke up this morning and everybody we talk about, obviously because we're here, Rob, we talk about UTSA and Jeff Traylor because, he's always talking about it. But I wake up this morning and see 9 Crimson Tide players are in the portal.
9,
including the
Alabama.
including the starting center, who I don't think he got in the portal by his choice. I think Nick Saban told him, after them damn snaps you had, you won't be back, sir.
3 straight dribble backs.
Yeah. So I mean, what my point is, the portal, while we talk about the bad that the portal is, it also sometimes evens things out. Again, we had 2 teams that haven't been in a national title game since God knows when.
You couldn't. It evens things out. It spreads that mayonnaise out. College football playoff front and center. This is the last year of just 4 as we head to 12, and I cannot imagine what that's going to be like next year as you build your way through. What do you guys think of the playoffs so far? Do you think college football's there? 656
ruined.
7
Is it the wild, wild west?
It's over.
Oh my God, it's out of control. No, it ain't.
And here's the other benefit of this: 656-3776. Mario, we're coming to you. Another sidebar, unintended positive consequence of this NIL is Exhibit A with Frank Harris here in San Antonio, because he is now able to quit his football career with a plan in mind, and it's to help with UTSA's NIL program. The guy that is the very reason why this thing even exists for UTSA at the level that it is now got a job administering, or at least working with it. You couldn't ask for a better scenario.
It feels like a Vince Young type gig.
Yes, exactly.
Feels like that, like an ambassador. He's like the UTSA ambassador. He's the prince of the city. He's gonna help bring kids here. He's gonna, go come out and beg for money.
You're Mr. Development.
He's gonna be begging people for money. Like, hey, we need money. No one's more deserving.
He's gonna give a lot.
I was like, I wonder why Frank's retiring. Oh, got a good money gig, great gig coming up for you that lined up for you.
Go out and give the rubber chicken luncheons.
Yeah,
you're gonna be talking to a lot of old dudes in suits with food on their tie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be one of them. I cannot wait for the next chapter in Frank Harris's life, and it would not exist but for the situation we find ourselves. A good friend of the show, San Antonio type, Peter Burns tweeted something out over the weekend. Yeah. And he listed all the positive things, that have gone on. Viewership, that 27.2, that's the most to watch a college football playoff game since the first one back in 2015.
Wow.
I expect, given the nature of Michigan,
he said 94 of 133 teams had increased attendance. 2 teams playing in the title game for the first time in 25 years. TV ratings up. Players have more rights than ever. It's going to grow to a 12-team playoff. It's not dead. It's different. And change scares the hell out of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is, man. People got to relax.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Let's do it.
Mario, thanks for calling us, man. What do you think of the playoff?
Hey, guys. I definitely enjoyed the 2 games. I did want to mention the Texas defense they were good until it came to the deep ball. They were getting burned left and right
all year long.
When it came, and that's why they lost that game.
No question. Good call, Mario. In our group chat, I think it was after the very first completed pass, Rudy was like, "That
secondary is a joke."
They were of all the places for Texas to be weak.
Especially when see, and then the other thing, because Clarence Hill joined us Tuesday, Rob, when you were out. He actually went to the game. He's a huge Longhorn fan. The other thing he pointed out, while they had the most stout run defense, they don't have an edge rusher.
No.
So you couple no edge rusher with weak secondary. Hell, if you have a great secondary, if you have no edge rush, eventually you're going to get beat. So not only does the secondary need help, they also have to bring in an edge rusher. When he brought up, they got this 5-star kid from Duncanville coming in.
Yeah.
But that's why I never thought they were going to win that game. That's why when Texas fan was calling me and tweeting me and YouTubing me on Friday, oh yeah, we go. I'm like, what are y'all? Have y'all not watched Michael Penix throw the ball?
Did he go up in your book? Now, I'm not going to pat myself on the back. I said all season that I felt like he was the best quarterback coming out.
I think he was before that game, and I definitely think he was after.
I know Caleb's got a little bit different style to him, a little bit more polished, but how many games has Washington won under 5 points? It's like every game this year where they won close. Boy, you live by the seat of your pants.
430 on them.
Now, the winner of the championship game will be the 6th team to go 15-0.
Oh, wow.
Or better in the season.
Damn, they played 15 games this year. But see, they had 2 byes in NFL. They worked in 2 byes in 15 weeks. Y'all can work in 2 byes in 18.
And whoever wins will set their own conference's records for the most wins in a regular season,
I hope Jim wins because he's headed to the NFL. So hopefully Michigan wins. Well, I don't care. Well, actually, I don't care who wins. But considering he's probably going to go coach Justin Herbert.
Dude, you read my mind.
I wouldn't mind seeing them get one.
You read my mind regarding Harbaugh. He's about to become the highest paid coach. I don't know where.
Yeah, he's going to be at 13, 14 million. Shout out to the YouTubers. Comment, like, subscribe. Pumbaa Grub says, nope, got to disagree. We blatantly made it all about money. No one's playing for pride anymore. See,
Did you not watch Monday night?
This is the thing. This is the thing that the Pumbas and the Joe Reinagels of the world don't understand. There's 100 guys on a college football team. Probably 15 of them are getting paid.
Yep.
What about the other 85, Pumba, that aren't playing for pride? Are you crazy? And it's so what? When we're getting $3 billion TV deals, they made it about the money, not the players. Gosh, made it about who? What pride? What? You kidding me? What pride are we talking about? Pride. My pride can come later on when I'm 45 and I can be sitting at home in front of my television rooting on my school. Right now, I want a piece of the $3 billion TV pie. I want a part of this. What are y'all getting in the SEC, Rob? 60-something?
Something like that. 60.
Y'all getting 60-something million a year per school. Big 10, 60-something million per school.
And keep in mind, not a dime of that goes to players.
Yeah, where's the
not a dime of that goes to players. Not any of it.
Where's the pride in the administration taking $60 million checks at the end of the season?
And none of it goes to players. Not one penny. Now the players get paid by you, fan. Not that money.
Yeah, and there's a good 85 of those dudes that are playing for pride. Yeah, there's 15 guys making good money. And guess what? They should be.
And guess what? Those guys were making that kind of money before we were talking about it.
Yeah, you know what? I saw a post the other day, Rob. It was like Reggie Bush got his Heisman stolen for a crib while Caleb Williams is in this penthouse on campus.
Yes.
You know,
like what college housing is that?
Yeah, where is it? Because it's at USC, but it's like this pimped out Miami Vice
glass and chrome everywhere.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw those. Like, what college dorm is that? And didn't look anything like the one I was in.
Dude, can you imagine? Like, hey, man, we're going to Caleb's. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, Caleb's having a little get-together.
He lives on campus?
Rob, we were down. Where was it, Rob? Our Airbnb was down the street
South
from USC.
Central. I don't know where he's living.
It ain't on campus. There's no way that's on campus. We were there.
He's
with
above
gunshots.
Let me tell you, the USC campus, every road into the campus is guarded 24 hours a day.
Yep.
By armed, easily seen, marked cops that surround that campus like it's Vatican City.
You got to protect the University of Spoiled Children.
As we were told when we were there. And I guess when you describe it that way, it shouldn't be so surprising that he's got that dorm that is evidently on campus.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But again, he's there in that. Reggie Bush can't get his Heisman back for a little 4-bedroom.
As far as the game goes on Monday, it's Michigan's to lose, right?
No. Michigan, no. Washington could very easily, not easily, but Washington. This is a coin toss to me.
You think so? Will it be a speed? What will be what will Washington do to separate themselves? What do they do good?
Man, those receivers are really good.
That's
man.
it, right?
Those receivers are really good, and they have a running game as well. Because you got to keep in mind, even though that game, Texas did pretty good against the run, Washington also said, I don't give a damn how good y'all are against the run. We're still going to run at you a few times, and sometimes it was successful. But no, Washington, man, and the schedule they played, and no, man, Washington could win this game.
Late word.
I think it's going to be a great game.
Has a running back that hurt his foot.
Yeah.
That he's expected to play.
Yeah, he's expected to play. But now, all those arrogant Alabama and those arrogant Texas fans, how much they selling those tickets for? Because they all bought tickets. They bought. Those are the two schools that bought up all the tickets for Houston. I wonder if they've been able to sell them.
So here's going to be a problem. I think the championship game is going to draw pretty well. It won't draw
27. It won't be.
No,
it won't be. What was that? Michigan, Bama. It won't be that.
No, it won't. Just because the Washington fandom isn't huge.
Because what was Texas and Washington was 18,
something like
and
that.
Bama and Michigan was. But see, I think Michigan is one of those universities that's a nation brand.
Yeah, it is.
Bama is too.
But
Washington isn't. Texas is. Michigan is. Bama is. Washington's the guys like it's just the Northwest. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't think it reflects negatively on the game. I think it's as good a game as we could have hoped for.
Game.
But the irony of Washington playing for a national title coming from a conference that they helped to destroy is just beautiful. That if we want to talk about a problem in college football, that's where the problem was. It wasn't the NIL. It wasn't coaches taking other gigs. It's watching a conference just collapse upon itself and watching other conference and teams. You want to talk about mercenary. SMU leaving their conference to go to the ACC and pay to do it. You want to talk about upside down and weird.
Yeah, and I think the football gods are going to make sure the Pac-12 wins this.
It would be
just on the note where the year it collapses, they win the title. So, yeah, I mean, the football gods wouldn't have it any other way.
The Pro Bowl invites are out. That was greeted with about what I thought. Like, oh, wait, it's Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they were coming out until this morning. I woke up and I was like, oh, Pro Bowl.
And the Dallas Cowboys have a few on the list. We'll talk about that. Don't forget, we are going to hear from the head coach of your Dallas Cowboys coming up at 9, and you'll hear him live tomorrow morning for his regular 6:45 stop-off. That's what we do. We talk Dallas Cowboys, which, by the way, Stephen Jones will be on with the Blitz today for his regular stop-off as well. Hey, coming back, let's look at the NFL, talk Dallas Cowboys. What do they got to do, and how are they going to do it against a Commanders team who probably won't lay down? Will they? It's R&R. You're on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Cowboys and Commanders. Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Out of the gun, back to Dak. He's taking another shot in the end zone. Left side of the end zone. Touchdown.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. That's right. All of our poker playing listeners tuning in, SA Card House is a must visit. It offers a beautiful atmosphere. It's clean, it's inviting, and it's top-notch customer service for your poker playing pleasure. SA Card House brings a unique and completely new vibe to card houses, offering games for all skill levels, which is why I'm so in love with it, because I'm just a beginner. I go in there and they make me feel welcome, and everybody kind of teaches you the game. And they got games for you professional level poker players. And don't forget about Foster's Bar and Grill. I've had just about everything on the menu, and everything is fantastic. They have 3, 4, maybe 5 different chefs in there, all great food, and I've had the best banana bread pudding that you can possibly ever have. Everything's made from scratch, and of course, the poker playing is top-notch. SA Card House is a private social club, and they're always accepting new memberships. Visit sacardhouse.com for more info. Stop in for a quick drink. Check the space out. That's SA Card House at Bitters and 281.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Start learning a new language today at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
Listen up, Texas. You can now play your favorite lottery games right from your phone with Jackpot.com. The Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are getting bigger every day, and you can get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets right from your phone at Jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
I love playing the lottery, and Jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to Jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to Jackpot.com. That's Jackpot.com. Jackpot.com. Paid for by Jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hurt in a wreck? Get George. Hit by an 18-wheeler or commercial truck? Get George. Injured at work? Get George. When you're dealing with personal injury, you need to get George because George gets justice. I'm George Salinas, and my San Antonio-based firm has been recognized across the state of Texas and the United States. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack.
but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When my daughter gets a cold, I have a secret weapon. DayQuil Kids Berry from Vicks. DayQuil Kids is specially formulated to treat kids' most bothersome cold and cough symptoms quickly. And the best part is that DayQuil Kids Berry tastes really great. Aren't you supposed to be resting? Maybe.
DayQuil Kids Berry. The kids' berrylicious daytime congestion, coughing, stuffy head, stuffy nose, just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6 years plus.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, get a free T-check and free exam. Book your appointment today at Revive San Antonio. We know we can help you. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. So much to do and so little time. Hey, the Blitz is going to be out sitting in an RV today in a van down by the river. Actually, it's in the Joe Freeman Coliseum. It's the you got to do this last year.
Jason's in town this year. Last year, I got to go and do that with Joe, and that was a really good time. This year, Jason decided to be in town. How dare he come to work?
They're going to be out at Joe Freeman Coliseum all weekend long. At least the show will be. The Blitz will be live today, 2 to 6, coming to you from Joe Freeman Coliseum, the host to the South Texas RV Super Sale.
I want
one right now. I'd live in it. I'd just park it next to my house, and I would live in the RV.
Why would you live in the RV with the nice, beautiful home you have?
Well, see, I'd have it to myself.
You don't want to go into it?
I would keep the dogs out.
Oh, the dogs.
I would keep the dogs
because
out.
your polar bear's back, right?
I'm overrun with animals.
The polar bear's back? What color is he?
He's black.
Oh, so your black bear's back.
He looks like a Black Panther. He's a beautiful dog. He really is. Got a head the size of a football. And he's in my house. And will be for the foreseeable future. I have other dogs too.
You only have
I have 3 dogs now.
Because you still got the little Chihuahua.
The Chihuahua, who doesn't really count as a dog, but I'm overrun. I live in a kennel.
So you live with them; they don't live with you.
And we have to keep them separated because they play too rough. It's always like one in, one out all the time. One in, one out.
Now, I don't know. I don't think he does the show anymore. Caesar Milan would not allow you to do that.
You have to get right.
Caesar says no. They have to all learn to coexist, and you find out who's the problem maker.
Well, it's mine because it's the puppy, and you're right,
Avery.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to get them together. But right now,
you just want some peace. It's just like when you let the baby have the bottle or the pacifier sleep with you. You just want peace.
Just go to sleep. just lay down and go to sleep. Is all I ask.
There's no way I could live with 3 dogs,
man.
You're a great man,
man. I don't know how great I am. I'm beaten into submission, is what I am. Hey, coming back, let's do some more Cowboy talk. Mike McCarthy survived the season if? What a question we're asking next. It's R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Check out the Jim Rome Show, weekdays at noon.
If you're San Antonio, there are benefits that come along with it. I will cut you the front of the line. We're going to hike the return.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
There are things in life that matter, and there are things that don't matter at all. Sometimes we need to take inventory on what we really value. For example, the price tag on your house doesn't really matter. What matters is whether or not it's a home. It doesn't matter what you say to your kids if you contradict it with your behavior. It matters that your words and actions match, that you have integrity. It doesn't matter if your kids are the most popular at school. What matters is whether or not they are becoming mature and responsible humans. It doesn't matter if the vacation is exotic or expensive. What matters are the memories of family that are made. It doesn't matter if your combined net worth surpasses that of your neighbors. What matters is recognizing how blessed by God you are. You know, Sometimes the difference between a good day and a bad day is recognizing what really matters and what really doesn't. This is Mark Absher of the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, inviting you to visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Expo Hall at the Freeman, and boy, do we have a great show this year. After years of supply chain and disruptions, our dealers are loaded with RVs, and they're making deals. A full array of Class A, B, and C motorhomes, gigantic fifth wheels, toy haulers, teardrops, and pop-ups. So go on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com, buy tickets in advance. No need to wait in line. Today through Sunday at Expo Hall at the Freeman. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website, alawyerforus.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat $1 billion insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do. Help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. As my father told me a long time ago, insurance companies are not trying to get to heaven. They're trying to make a profit. You cannot blame a lion for being a lion. Hire a hunter to help you. That's me. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
With savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances like a GE Profile refrigerator with convenient features like a built-in dual dispense autofill pitcher. Plus, with seamless shopping in-store and online, everything you need for your kitchen is just a click away. Get up to $800 off select kitchen appliances from top brands like GE Profile at the Home Depot. Pricing valid January 4 through 24. Gas ranges and dryers extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Skincare is self-care, and with daily beauty steals of 50% off during Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event, I can find everything I need to make loving my skin a daily practice, from brands like Osea, Lancome, and Tula. And I can shop weekly skin and wellness deals of 30% off more must-have brands. Plus, see what's new from brands like Bubble and in select stores, Sol de Janeiro and Ulla Hendrickson. Hurry, event ends January 20th. Shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Call QC Kinetics right now and make 2024 the year you go back to living a normal life again. Hey, it's James Pudger with San Antonio Sports Star. QC Kinetics can give you your life back. They're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These are all natural treatments that can repair and restore that damaged tissue, giving you pain-free movement again. QC Kinetics has tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country. People who have had knee, back, shoulder pain, who were able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. If you have pain from an old injury or pain associated with arthritis, you need to check this out. The future of medicine is here with the regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Make the call now so you can get the most out of 2024. Get back to doing what you love, and don't forget, you can use your HSA and FSA funds. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, January 6th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Micah Parsons played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero. It's the All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, January 6th. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for Thursday night football. KTFM Floresville. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Pro Bowl rosters were announced, and the Cowboys come in with a whopping 7 representatives: Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, Deron Bland, Brian Anger, Brandon Aubrey, and Dak Prescott. The 49ers led the way with 9 selections, and the Texans' lone selection was left tackle Laramie Tunsil, who is a starter.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake up, wake me up. Wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Thursday edition. Don't mind them brake lights. We'll get you where you're going. That is Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Easy E. Edwin Hafner driving the ship. And Ryan, our DH, helping us get all of the stuff up on the interwebs. I got to stop saying that. My kids make fun of me on the internet.
Saying what?
But, when you say intertubes or interwebs, you sound like an idiot. You do. So I'm going to stop that. That's one of my many New Year's resolutions.
Goldfinger, what do we think about YouTube's the Spurs commercial, Wemby, Shohan, Devin? The only
Which
one
one?
that I like
The
is
grocery bag?
that's the only one I like. I like the one where Wemby's holding grocery bags up both arms.
And we shouldn't be making fun of Sohan only able to use one hand. I think that's kind of unfortunate. We're making fun of him. Or is that a compliment?
It's a compliment.
Oh, well, maybe you should use two hands, Jeremy, but that's another segment.
Well, I to be honest, can I be honest?
No.
Can I please be honest?
It's 2024 now, Rudy. We're always honest. All right.
They don't deserve no damn HEB.
No, they don't. I find it. I'm serious.
They don't. I'm serious. They don't deserve no HEB commercials. HEB commercials, that's reserved for
rings.
It ain't got to be rings, Rob. 40 wins. I don't even need a ring. Can we get back to 40 wins? If we get back to 40 wins, then we can talk about putting y'all in the bread aisle or something.
I'm serious. Don't they have?
No, you don't just get to get HEB commercial just because. Like, that's not it's like when Bill Parcells got to the Cowboys. Like, you don't get a star on your helmet yet. You got to earn that. You got to earn an HEB commercial. You kidding me?
Maybe they should do. Doesn't HEB have one of those little stores? There's a couple of the little tiny ones. That's what maybe those guys should just do, the little tiny ones.
Oh, not the superstore.
They're not quite C stores, but they're a little bit bigger. They got a few items.
Or maybe they should they should only get the curbside.
Or favor.
You can't go into the superstore side. Y'all got to get the curbside delivery side. Y'all got to do over there. Like y'all got to get the curbside HEB commercials, man. You go just get the HEB commercial.
Do dip already?
Yeah, like what? But the Wemby one is good with the bags.
It is.
Because that's like all of us trying to get into, you know what I mean? We're all trying to get the bags in one trip.
And on my tombstone, I want it written. It only took one trip.
But you know what? One of the things that drives, I don't think she's listening yet. My wife.
Okay.
I met my wife in 2002. When I met my wife, the first time she let me in her apartment, had this workout thing on her fridge, like lift, blah, blah, blah. Like my wife is a weightlifting person, like CrossFit, all of it. Yet she will leave the waters for me. Like I'm talking about, she go to the grocery store right now. She is leaving the waters in the trunk for me.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
I seen you curl 35-pound dumbbells. Why are you leaving the waters for me?
You're lucky you get help at all. She takes in any bag?
All of them.
My wife will take one. She goes one in. When she's going in, she'll carry a few bags. And at that point, it's on me.
No, my wife takes in all the bags. She has no problem. But then she's like, oh, well, I'll get home from work. And she's like,
oh, the water's still in the truck. I got you.
Like, you can carry the damn waters. Cut it out.
You're lucky. You only got to get water. I'm serious.
You got to get
Not only do I do all the unloading, I have to go to the grocery store. Or I get.
Oh, I like going to the store. I don't mind going to the store.
No, see, I am forced to go, but then she bitches at me the whole time because when I go, it's more expensive. And you get one or the other.
If you don't want to be, then okay, hey, I don't have to come.
I didn't want to be here.
If you're gonna make me come, I'm gonna get the stuff I want.
That's right. I'm getting the sugar frosted bombs. I'm getting those things.
Yeah, see, when I don't go, they don't bring me anything. It's a bunch of stuff for the kids, and I'm just like, where's the substance? Where's the substance? Like, well, they got hot Cheetos and powdered donuts. I'm like, I can't. What am I supposed to do with this?
That?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with hot Cheetos? Who still eats hot Cheetos after 25?
That's some of us.
right.
You know what? Our DH eventually You will not be able to do that.
Dude, they take out the lining of your stomach, dude. Pretty
there's
soon your bowels are going to be loose as all hell, bro. Leave the hot Cheetos alone. At some point, you will only have diarrhea.
There comes a moment when you start appreciating quite well in your retirement, going, hey, this is going pretty good. And at the same time, you can no longer eat hot Cheetos. It's over. At that point, they fight you. It's a competition to see what can get you faster.
Rudolph on YouTube is a single man, clearly. He likes the HEB soccer moms. There is a section of men that go to HEB to pick up women, which is weird.
I remember a time when that brand new HEB down on Broadway, the original
Central?
market,
Not the Central Market, but the nice one.
The brand,
the Central. It's the Central Market.
When that first OG one opened, I lived down there on Broadway back at the time.
Oh, that's right. You were in Heights.
And that was the one where Mr. Butt would shop at. And it was, for every day they had that lunch counter, it was a happening place.
Oh,
it was a place to go pick up.
You could scoop something.
The first couple of times I walked in there, I'm doing radio at the time, so I'm free at lunch. I walk in there and I'm like, man, this place is popping.
But see, that's what I wonder is does a woman want to be hit on at the grocery store?
Lots of sensual vegetables going on there. Lots of stuff going on.
Does a woman want to be hit on at the gym or at HEB? I don't think either.
But of the two, what would be the more likely place for the modern woman to expect and also be open to being hit on? You think it's the gym? And having not been in a gym of substance like that in quite some time,
I got into a heated debate with my wife and my 15-year-old about this because I don't think that you should be bothering them, but I also don't think you shouldn't just not expect it. You know what I mean? Like, again, this is what I got into the bottom. I was like, so if it's Zac Efron,
yeah,
hey, how you? Yeah, maybe we should. If it's me, I'm just here to work out.
Stop
you know
looking
what I
at
mean?
my butt.
Yeah, if it's me, it's like, you're creep. But if it's Morris Chestnut or Zac Efron, it's no. So it depends on how good looking the dude is.
That's in all of life, though, right?
You know what I mean? Like, if the dude's good looking, the female don't mind. But if he's what did my 15-year-old say? You're middle-aged, overweight, creepy man.
And what is middle age to a sophomore in high school? Exactly. 19?
Yeah, it's like, this middle-aged man just hit on this lady in Valero and she seemed so creeped out. I was like, well, she's naked.
We're out of options.
Because she had on a Christmas dress. My 50-year-old came out of Valero so disturbed. She was like, this middle-aged creepy man just hit on this lady and she seemed so weirded out. It was cringe. And then I saw the lady. I was like, oh, well, she's naked, baby. And she was like, what does that mean? What do you mean? That's the problem. It's such
Lord.
I was like, oh, my God.
I forget the battle you have to fight.
I'm in the house with my mother-in-law, 2 daughters, and my wife. So it's just me and the remote. That's all I got. All I got.
I clutch the remote like it's my last possession, man. I'll get up from the couch and put it in my pocket.
All I got is the remote, bro.
Take it with me.
Yeah, all I got is the remote.
What cringe word? Middle-aged? What did she call
middle-aged, overweight. So that's why I went. So if it was Zac Efron, it would have been okay for him to hit on the young lady.
But it's not inappropriate to hit on people at the.
I don't know anymore. Well, see, I've been out the game so long. I don't know.
I don't go. All I see is reels. All I see is Insta. So I assume I know what's going on in there.
I don't know. Again, I think women only want to be bothered by good-looking men.
Sadly, that's that's not a modern thing, by the way. You see kids. Sadly, on my feed, I don't get those kind of. I get like chair yoga reels. Like, we tell you're obviously of an age where you're not joining a gym, but we can show you how to lose weight while sitting down. I get those reels. Like,
I know my reels are full of. I don't know what happened. I don't know when my algorithm became brisket.
Oh, dude, you start hitting on some food sites. You go down into rabbit holes. The likes. I get nothing. Well, I get a lot of like Indian and like India street food, which is
strange.
Oh, interesting food, just disgusting to see the environs that they're making.
Well, the thing is, you just don't want to see how it's made.
Oh,
If they
yeah.
just brought it to your plate, you wouldn't care.
They don't.
To your table.
There's not a lot of cleanliness going on.
No, it's not.
There's not a lot of washed plates.
Yeah, I'm in brisket and oxtail. I got mixed up in the oxtail word.
Your algorithm's better than mine.
Yeah.
I'm watching dude cut onions with his toenails, and you're getting to see brisket.
Yeah, I'm seeing smoked oxtails has become a thing, I guess. I thought they were always broiled.
Well, no, you can smoke them. Keep in mind an oxtail isn't the
See, I need mine cut with a good amount of meat.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can get an oxtail that's full of fat.
It's not the end of the tail. It's that first 6 inches. The big part.
Right.
Which
cut that. Hey, you better cut that. If that would have been me, you cut that. Grab that.
Edwin's behind the game. I had to give him a pause to let him know.
Grab that. It's not the tail. It's the first 6 inches.
Which really, that's all that matters. If you're, anyway, we did promise some Dallas Cowboy talk, and I asked the question, and as with every passing day, it seems it should be a ridiculous question.
I think it is, man, but it's fair because this is the world we live in, Rob. But ask it.
He's on the verge of winning 36 games in 3 years.
Damn.
And
this is possibly 12 win seasons in a row.
Yeah, third 12 win season in the NFL. 30. He hadn't lost a home game this year.
But I don't think he's safe.
I don't either. And I don't know what we know what he has to do,
right?
But I don't know what the bare minimum is. What is the bare minimum you feel like Jerry will allow? Because I think the last week has made his job even more difficult.
If they secure the second seed, they beat the Commanders. Commanders lose their 8th game in a row. Cowboys secure the second seed. He is safe if he loses to San Fran in the NFC title game.
So he's got. I think we can all agree on that. But
if he gets to the NFC title game, he's safe. If he loses in the wild card or division round, there's going to be a long discussion.
Is it best case?
And I don't think that's fair, by the way.
You're right. Is it best case for them to win the division? Or I'm talking about for his job.
Yes, because then it comes a situation where you can only see San Fran in the conference championship. This is as crazy as it sounds, it's a must win.
It is a must win.
You got to get the 2 seed. You have to get the 2 seed.
And
especially since the Philly gave you a gift by losing to Arizona.
Do you treat it like a playoff game, knowing full well you got to win this thing? Is this playoff caliber prep? If you're kind of healthy, you're playing. Treat it like that.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to run it up and get them off the field.
I'm going to ask the question again. Mike McCarthy survives if, or we could put it the other way, Mike McCarthy gets fired if. 656-3776, 656 ESPN. We do want to hear from you. As his team is chock full of talent, he does have a fair amount of Pro Bowlers. We'll tell you who and how many coming up on the other side, as the list is strong for the Cowboys, but it's stronger for the 49ers. We know where the talent is. We'll tell you coming up next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are getting close to the NFL's final regular season ball games, and that includes the Cowboys. And Jason, it's a big one for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is, and the Cowboys have been in the news with some possible additions. We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He joined us at 4:30.
And we'll talk some Houston Texans. They got a playoff game on Saturday. The General John McClain, he'll join us at 5:15.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing to keep the Grinch away from the toy drive.
Who's going to deliver the toys to the kids?
What about me, the Grinch?
No.
Yep, even easier than that.
You steal the presents one time.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC. Copyright Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Copyright Turner Entertainment Company.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyerforus.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat $1 billion insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, $1 billion insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
Are you tired of going to the dentist over and over again? Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Mueller, Chief Oral Surgeon at Doctors Implants.
We have put a lot of money into fixing my teeth over and over and over again, you know, a filling or a crown or this or that.
At Doctors Implants, replacing your teeth with full mouth dental implants might be the long-term solution you're looking for.
The 6-Hour Smile is a permanent full mouth teeth replacement. Your new smile will be custom designed to fit your face and lifestyle and will look and function just like regular teeth. You won't need to remove them from your mouth overnight, and you won't need adhesive to keep them in place. Eat freely and smile confidently again. Research them at doctorsimplants.com. Receive a complimentary doctor's consultation and CT scan when you call 210-640-0000. Again, that's 210-640-0000.
Home of the 6-Hour Smile.
Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. Now that we're in 2024, the NBA season in full swing, you need to get in on the action with Underdog Fantasy and play their Pick'em game, which I love playing the Pick'em game, where you pick between 2 and 5 players to build your Pick'em entry. All you have to do is select whether they will go higher or lower on their predicted stats. If your picks hit, you can win big. It is a fantasy game, but you can win real money, and it is legal in Texas and certainly does make watching the silver and black more interesting. So go to their easy-to-use mobile app or to UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code STAR, and Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR at UnderdogFantasy.com. Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, starting at 2 o'clock today. We are live at the South Texas RV Super Sale at Freeman Coliseum, and lots of talk with the Dallas Cowboys and who they might be adding or have added. We'll talk about that with Stephen Jones of the Cowboys at 4:30. The Texans essentially have a playoff game Saturday night with the Colts. John McClain will join us at 5:15. The return of Rob. How does that movie play out?
He's tired. I'll tell you that. Yeah, oh no, man. After 5-6 days off, rejuvenated, and it's already Thursday. That's the way you come back. Come back in just a couple of days. As Rudy wipes his brow. Welcome back to R&R in the morning.
It's not the end of the tail, it's the first 6 inches. I always wanted just about 6 inches.
Thank
Six
you.
more inches.
It's all about the inches, man.
Thank you. The Cowboys are in a must-win situation, which is
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Which is kind of, they are working with a safety net.
You stay away from the boogeyman as long as possible. Let somebody else deal with them. Maybe they slip up in the divisional round.
But McCarthy will be going to battle with 9 Pro Bowlers.
7.
I'm sorry, 7 Pro Bowlers. San Francisco with 9 Pro
6
Bowlers.
starters and 1 backup, which I don't know if I agree with.
And
I hate to come in here and defend Dak, but I think I have to.
The only backup listed is Dak Prescott, who is the most valuable player on the Cowboys.
I love you, Dak.
By far. Brock Purdy voted as the starter, and it's hard to argue.
It is.
But this is where, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I'm not ashamed to say I am, you get in trouble as Cowboy fan but he's earned it. The dude is the best quarterback in the NFC and has been for the last month.
And I think Dak would be the best quarterback in the NFC if he had Kyle Shanahan and Debo and Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle and Trent Williams. And you know what I mean? Again, I'm sorry, Purdy. You have done nothing wrong. Only thing you've done has been great. You don't deserve the shade that I send your way. You don't. I'm a dark cloud in Brock Purdy's world. He doesn't deserve it. But I don't believe in him. I believe in everything around him. And I believe that Kyle Shanahan is so brilliant, he makes the game so easy for him. But in no way, shape, or form do I think pound for pound Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I don't. And if y'all want to hate me for that or get mad at me for that, Cowboy hater, I'll accept it. That's what y'all do anyway. Y'all come for me no matter what I say. So, no, pound for pound, my eyes tell me Dak's a better quarterback, but I get why Brock's the starter. He's on the best team. Head-to-head, he smacked Dak Prescott the last 2 times they played each other. And the QBR is higher. Completion percentage is higher. Now, Dak has more touchdowns thrown.
Yes, he does.
And Dak has less interceptions.
Yeah, which is probably the most
Dak
important
didn't lose
stat.
3 games in a row at any time. But, so I get it. But I'm just saying, pound for pound, my eye test, I'm going with number 4.
That being said, coming into the weekend, I do believe that if Dak would have won Buffalo or in Miami,
Or San Fran.
San Fran was so long ago.
Yeah, you're right. That was week 5.
It feels like, man, last year. But I think
Miami or Buffalo, one of those.
The indelible. Let's see, Miami was different because he did everything that was required of him, at least to close the game out. That wasn't his fault. And I think if they'd have won it, we wouldn't have remembered the first 3 quarters. We'd remembered the last drive, which was an MVP starting quarterback in the NFC valuable drive. I think the Detroit game, because it was so weird the way it ended and the defense's collapse again hurt him. But I think what you remember, what we will always remember about the game was the call or lack thereof.
Lack thereof.
And that muddied up what was a pretty good football game by Dak. Pretty good game.
Yeah, I mean, whenever CD had 200 yards receiving.
Yes.
Somebody had to throw it to him.
100 yards the first half.
Yeah, somebody threw it to him, and the person that threw it to him was Dak Prescott.
So I think he did not win it, not because of what he did. It's what his defense didn't do. That his defense
couldn't get off the field on the 4th. Couldn't get off the field on that final drive. Micah jumping off sides during the 2-point conversion after they've been pushed back.
But I asked this question. McCarthy has 9 Pro Bowlers.
7.
Let's not keep going. 7.
San Francisco has
Pro Bowlers.
9. It's all good.
He got 7 Pro Bowlers, nearly half of his starters.
Yeah, and you got both of your special teams guys. You got your punter and your kicker.
He's got all the talent. He's owned his home field, and we still have questions. I asked the questions, and I want to rephrase it because I think the best way to put this is McCarthy gets fired if.
1, if it's not the NFC Championship game. 2, if it comes down to lack of discipline again. And you and I talked about this pre-show. It's one thing to question someone's play calling. Like, well, why can't you run the clock out? Well, because Tony Pollard is a shell of himself.
So
he's not the same.
Play calling is one reason.
Let's put that aside. But go back to 2021, at home, wild card, Jimmy Garoppolo rolls in, and they beat you because your team is so undisciplined. They get 13 penalties called on them. And you'll fix it for a little bit, then it rears its ugly head. It almost reared its ugly head again. You get you get the illegal touching by Detroit, that moves them back to the 7. Dan Campbell says, you know what, I'm still going. And then Micah Parsons jumps off sides and puts them right back where they were. So it's like at some point, if you can't fix the discipline issues and it's costing us playoff games, then then we may have to do something. But again, when you have 3 12-win seasons in a row, it's tough to say, okay, we're going to bring in somebody that's going to do something better. Like at that point, you're saying, well, I'm going to bring in the coach that I know can win playoff games, and there's no way to guarantee that.
Exactly. I brought up the question, and RJ Ochoa of Blogging the Boys will join us tomorrow for his regular house call. He posted that blog was Mike McCarthy will survive or get fired if. That kind of question was floating around. Or what do you think of Mike McCarthy?
Right. What he has. What do you think of him?
And I went through the list of the myriad of responses, and I ranked the reasons.
Okay.
And one universally has been time management. Like,
is that really a thing, or is that just nitpicking?
I think it's a thing, but it's nitpicking at the same time. I think every coach,
or is his game clock management, is it a real thing?
I think that
or
it
is it low
kind
hanging
of
fruit?
A thing,
okay.
But it's also low hanging fruit. But I think every coach at some point this season has made a dumb call with time management. I think it's just part of the nature of the game. The split-second decisions are not always going to be right, and I think every coach gets a pass on that. But I don't think he gets a pass anymore. But it's not primary, at least on the list. The second was just general play calling. That inappropriate play calls, random runs, random passes when they're unexpected. That was another reason that was listed as, if he gets fired, it'll be because of either time management or play calling. I didn't see anything on that list about the penalties. And I think at the end of the day, if I was his general manager, and I look at what you've won with and why you've won and lost, and I was really evaluating you, the one thing that you have absolute control over, at least in your ability to motivate and to teach, is to get away from the penalties. And it's the pre-snap penalties. I mean, I'll live with sins of commission, like a block in the back, or, that happens to a lot of teams, and you need to fix that.
Stuff happens like that, yeah.
But the pre-snap movement and the offsides and the misalignments, those are the things that land in his lap that he has still not completely fixed.
But what is he supposed to do? Rob, I guarantee you, these things are addressed. What is he supposed to do?
I don't know. You know what? I know he's not stupid. I mean, the guy looks at the numbers. He knows there's a problem, but whatever he isn't doing, somebody is doing it right. There's a lot of teams that have managed to get through the season without being penalized 8 times a game.
Right. It's bad.
So
are they the most penalized team right now?
If they're not first or second,
I think they're number 1.
And rightfully so. And you go, well, that's even a bigger testament to your coaching ability, because you're behind the 8 ball half the time, because you're the most penalized team in football. You're behind the chains more than you should be, yet you still are going to win 12 games or could win 12 games.
Got you. So let's see. New York Jets have the most penalties by a team this season. They're at 123. Dallas is 2.
Right there.
They're number 2.
113 total penalties. 10 behind the Jets. And
see, you got to look at the teams that are up there. Tennessee Titans, Jets, Seahawks. So teams that aren't that good.
And the Cowboys managed to be at the top of this list and still win 12 games. So you look at what McCarthy's done, and you could pull this glass is half full. I mean, my God, they've overcome a lot to win 12 games, considering how often they've been penalized. And it's self-inflicted wounds. It's shooting yourself in the foot on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, man. And that's, again, it's nobody cares until it's 3 minutes left in the divisional round of the playoffs.
So for me, I will be able, I would rehire him. I don't care what happens in the playoffs. I really don't. You lose in the first round, I think you have earned another year. But at the end of the day, as his boss, I would tell you, I know why I'm going to fire you, and I'll tell you it now. I'm going to fire you eventually because of the penalties. At the end of all this, if and when I ever fire you, this will be why. And I'm telling you a year ahead of time, because it has never been addressed. And eventually, the expectations are going to be that has to go away unless you're wearing a ring.
Who's the least penalized team?
The Rams.
Interesting. Who else is at the bottom?
No, the Commanders. Excuse me.
What? That's because they don't give a damn. They wouldn't jump off sides.
Penalties.
Oh. So I don't know what to make of penalties, Rob.
Again,
I don't know what to make of them.
Sins of commission and sins of omission.
Right.
Pre-snap is what kills me.
Yeah, that stuff can't happen, especially like lining up in the neutral zone It's just like, again, Micah. Like, bro, we just got 5 yards back. They called back a 2-point conversion, and then you jump off sides. That type of stuff can't happen.
And there's a reason why Sam Williams continues to do dumb stuff is because the best guy on the team does dumb stuff too, and we continue to let it ride.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it more. But coming back, college football, the state of the game. More people watched the first game last Monday than anybody had since the college football playoff began. What's the state of college football? And what are your thoughts on it?
Great place.
As we head into a championship weekend, a game you can catch live right here on San Antonio Sports Star. More UTSA news as well. We're talking college football. Don't go nowhere here on R&R. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Cowboys and Commanders. Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Out of the gun, back to Dak. He's taking another shot in the end zone. Left side of the end zone. Touchdown.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Denise has been playing jazz for 40 years. Last concert, one of the musicians fell sick with RSV. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a highly contagious virus that can lead to breathing problems. This time, she's choosing to help protect herself with Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory tract disease caused by respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, in adults 60 years of age and older. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo, respiratory syncytial virus vaccine. For full prescribing information, please call 1-844-989-7284 or visit abrysvo.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Big games, big concerts, big events. Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Any city, any event. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, and events from San Antonio to Las Vegas. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran-owned. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-970-3199. That's 800-970-3199. 800-970-3199.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, want to lose weight, improve your performance, and increase your drive? Revive Men's Health San Antonio can help you address the root causes of weight gain, low energy, poor drive, and performance issues. And since your testosterone level has a direct impact on your weight and fitness, we'll give you a free T-check and free exam at Revive San Antonio. Imagine upping your game, losing weight, and getting in shape all at once. Revive can help you make it happen with our new cutting-edge weight loss medications, like your favorite athletes and celebrities use. They're affordable and available now. Weight gain and low T are treatable conditions. We know we can help you. Take that first step and book today. You're only one step away from getting in the best shape of your life. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Listen up, Texas. You can now play your favorite lottery games right from your phone with Jackpot.com. The Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are getting bigger every day, and you can get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets right from your phone at Jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
I love playing the lottery, and Jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to Jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to Jackpot.com. That's Jackpot.com. Jackpot.com. Paid for. Jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, poker players, the Big Blind is opening early January, 281 in Redland Road, just down from the Roo Pub. The Big Blind will be the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment catering to players from all abilities, from daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Opening in early January, the Big Blind is hiring dealers, hosts, and servers. Apply in person weekdays from 10 to 5 at the Big Blind, 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Mike McCarthy Show every Friday morning at 6:45 and 9 with R&R in the morning.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Rob and Rudy.
Good morning.
A look at the Cowboys' upcoming game presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And then there were two. His name is Rudy. I'm Rob, not those two. It is Michigan, Washington, an M and an upside down M. Going at it, a Husky versus
That's
a.
true.
Well,
they'll start playing each other damn near every year, right?
Years ago, we hosted a regional, and University of Minnesota came in to play in our regional. And I was sitting with a Minnesota fan, and it dawned on me.
What's that?
Edwin, pull up the University of Minnesota logo. I said, dude, your M, the Minnesota logo is an upside down W. That's not an M. And he goes, yeah, we know. We couldn't use an M because Michigan had it first.
But it's still an M.
But look at it. It is literally, it's an upside down W.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is.
It is. I was like, dude, that's not an M. That's a W, upside down. And they're like, yeah, we know that. It was Michigan had the M first, so we had to give it up. But Michigan.
So why does Michigan have rights to the letter M? It was in the alphabet well before Michigan University came along.
But like, who's to blame here? If you're Minnesota, just use an M, right?
I'll just use an M, and I'll just worry about the consequences later.
That's a W, turned on its head. Despite little things like that, college football is in a remarkable place, a place that I don't think anybody thought they would be when we saw what was coming 2 years ago. I think that's a pretty safe place, that there was gloom and doom coming. Think about where we were 2 years ago. Players were only time we talked about individual players was when awards were coming or when they were skipping bowl games to turn pro. I mean, that was basically it.
Yeah, and there wasn't that many.
No, it wasn't. But
that wasn't like what we had Georgia, Florida State. Florida State had, 40 guys, 22 on Florida State side and another 20 on the Georgia side.
And that, as we talk about the state of college football, I would say is the only place that has room for improvement, the current bowl situation. But help is coming next year by design. But I think as you look at where the college football season was, we have the return to prominence of at least one school that has to be prominent for college football to be healthy, and that's Texas. It pains me to say, but it's true. There are certain franchises across this country that need to be good to maintain the general health of the entirety of college football. And yes, they're back to some extent. But what they did do was play in a playoff game where, 19 million people tuned in a late game that went till freaking midnight.
Yeah, college football games are still too long.
Yeah, that was too long and too late.
That's more of a problem than the portal.
Yeah, they need to fix that. But all in all, college football is in as good a place as it's been since I can remember.
It's in a great place. There again, the controversy we had over the Final Four, Rob. Hell, just us talking about the portal in general that keeps college football. Like, if we're just talking sheer numbers, which is what we do at the NFL, right? The NFL, they get all these viewers and everybody says, oh, well, that's because their NFL is king. So if we're just going off of that, then college football is in a great place because we can't use viewership to justify NFL's greatness and not do the same for college. So with all the griping, oh my God, it's so hard on the coaches. Their job's hard enough. And now you got these kids asking for money. And if they don't start, they want out. 45 million people watched those 2 games on Monday.
45 million people.
After all the bitching and the moaning and groaning, 45 million people tuned into both games. So that just goes to show that people just like to complain.
And it was good football.
Yeah, it was good football. People like to complain and then still watch. Like, if it really bothers you, then don't watch it.
Now, as we went through the bowl season, you brought up a primary problem is now, unless you're playing on playoff day, there ain't nobody care. This was the most lackluster bowl season I can recall as far as participation and games that felt like were truly competitive or both teams showed up. I might have seen 2.
Right.
I mean, that Georgia-Florida State game was a disgrace.
See, it was. And this is the thing I would say with that, Rob. The reason why I'm not going to complain about that is because I don't give a damn anyway.
See, true that.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I watched UTSA, and I think that's it. I think that's the only bowl game I watched. The only bowl game that I watched, was UTSA. And so I'm not going to sit around and act like I care. Like, a lot of people were like moaning and groaning about the Florida State Georgia situation. How many bowl games did you watch, bro? Like, it's now for me, now that we're moving forward, it's about the 12 teams that make the playoff. That's it.
And that's all it should be.
You know what I mean? That's all I had to, that's all I got to do.
The competitiveness.
It's my job, Ray. Sounds
true.
Yes. Well, first of all, let me fill in the 90 million people that's not watching on YouTube. YouTubers, comment, like, subscribe. On YouTube, Ray Mendez says, I'm going to call foul on Rudy. He says NFL is bad football all the time, and he watches. It's my job, Ray.
But it's still football. It's like sex. Even bad, it's still pretty good. Sex, pizza, and football.
That's the stupidest comment ever. I'm sorry. Of course I have to watch it. But that doesn't mean I can't call it a spade. A spade. It's bad. Like, if you ain't if it's not your job to talk sports, then you probably shouldn't watch it if you think it's bad.
656-3776, 656-ESPN. I'm talking to UTSA fan, Texas fan, your school. In your mind, after this season, the state of college football, you happy where it's at? I think most of us are, despite the fact that we're still upset with the NIL and the transfer portal. And I think at the end of the day, the NIL is just kind of fluff. It's a reason. It's like the weather. It's something to talk about. The NIL getting paid. I don't think we give a crap. Most people don't give a crap of somebody getting paid. I think at the end of the day, we're concerned more. Most fans, the everyday fan, is worried about the transfer portal. The portal. We can't get guys and keep
people
them.
Just don't like people having power.
Coaches don't like it. They don't like giving up power to 18-year-old kids.
Right.
I mean, I don't blame him. I don't want an 18-year-old kid.
I get it.
His decision to affect my career. God forbid the decision that an 18-year-old kid makes as $1 million ramifications for me as a coach. I mean, oh my God, that's a nightmare scenario that every one of these coaches is living with, and they want to get it fixed. But on the other side of that, Rudy, Frank Harris is able to look at his career and look at it for the value that it was and not be looked at as a guy, well, you didn't go pro and let us go. I mean, so few guys go pro. And what this guy has done for this program at UTSA
in this city
is ideally represented by what he's about to do.
Yeah. So what is it like? What is the gig? Is like shake hands.
It appears
smile,
that the
help
collective,
with the NIL.
He is going to be over a collective of the UTSA collective of groups of fundraisers. The money that's brought in and put into the big pool that's given to all the players, not the individual NIL. But he's going to be asking for money from all you fans out there, which you should be writing checks, that will go into that athletic fund that pays out, your everyday dude. Like Jeff Traylor's apt to say, I got enough to pay car insurance. I got enough to give you something to live on. He's out there doing that.
Kansas Sports anchor Nate Ryan says he will serve as an executive director for City Fans 210, overseeing UTSA football, which is the one that
it's the
trailer. Yeah, Traylor comes on here and plugs it all the time. So
it's the general fund.
Yeah, I got you.
And he's going to be the guy, like George Gervin is for the Spurs or Sean Elliott was for the Spurs. He's going to be the face of the program and has earned it. What a great position for a guy like this, a job that couldn't even be talked about or even existed 2 years ago. Well, he has earned it. His degree is in football. I don't know what his college degree is, but his degree was in football, and he gets to use that from now on.
I like that.
You know,
Traylor and Clemens High School offered him a gig, but he wanted to raise NIL awareness. So could have been a coach on Traylor's staff, could have been a coach out at Clemens where he played ball, but he chose to be the oracle of the 210 UTSA collective. And I get it, because he understands that more than anything, how important it is for Coach Traylor to help. So he's really still on Traylor's staff.
Yes.
Even though he ain't on his staff, he's on his staff because he's going to help Traylor keep guys.
He's the financial strength and conditioning coach, the financial strength coach. He's out there getting the money. And there is no more important position in college sports right now than the guy that's out there raising the money. And what a great position for him to do it. And as intriguing as this situation is, and I get the feeling that this idea is going to be repeated over and over across the country with these guys with the ability to continue to do this. I think the most intriguing thing that's going to come out of this season, no matter who wins on Monday night, is Jim Harbaugh. He is the most intriguing person in all of football right now. Pros, college.
I don't like how he's acted.
Well,
I'm just having a great time here with my team. And
there's a lot that I hate.
Like, dude, you just hired a brand new agent that only deals with NFL people. You won't sign the extension because your extension says you can't sign an NFL contract in 2024. And I get it. I appreciate it because he's like, hey, I'm trying to stay focused. But at the same time, the way he's going about it, like, bro, you did get suspended twice. You may want to be a little bit more humble. But there's nothing like beating Saban. I know that's a great feeling.
There is no better position to be in. And the way that he got here, and you just brought it up. I mean, he managed to play in a football game where 27 million people tuned in,
and he beat Nick Saban.
And he did it in Michigan
and
football way.
And he outcoached him too. He outcoached Saban. He did,
and it was never mentioned that last several years you've been stealing signals from other teams.
Now
you have outright stolen them. You've had guys dressed up in other teams' uniforms. You have done what has most coaches look at as the primeval, the worst possible sin.
Now, I think he may put a muzzle on J.J. McCarthy, his quarterback, because J.J. McCarthy did an interview, and Edwin has the sound. I want you to hear what J.J. McCarthy said as to why they started stealing sounds. Do you have it, Edwin? Let's hear J.J., his Michigan quarterback, on the sign stealing.
I don't want to say a crazy number, but I'd say a good number, 80% of the teams in college football steal signs. And, it's just a thing about football. It's been around for years. We actually had to adapt because in 2020 or 2019, like when Ohio State was stealing our signs, which is legal, and they were doing it the legal way, we had to get up to the level that they were at. And we had to make it an even playing field. We do work our butts off. We do watch so much film. There's a lot more that goes into play, and a lot of stuff that gets masked, a lot of work that gets masked just because of the outside perception of what sign stealing is all about.
The what about?
So he said a couple years ago, Ohio State was stealing there, so they had to even the playing field.
Yeah, but
now I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know if you should have said that.
That is just the worst.
But Rob, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you he's telling the truth.
Oh, he's using the Astros defense, and I agree. I mean, he's using the Astros patented defense. Oh, what? We're not saying we did do it, but if we did do it, everybody else is doing it too.
Whatabouts?
The whatabouts? What about Ohio State stealing our signs? Well, there's one thing about, yes, I'm watching the sidelines in game and I see you signal pass and I'm letting everybody know. There's another thing, dressing up in another team's coaching uniform and standing on the sidelines. So you can say Ohio State was stealing your signs during the game. I agree with you. They weren't dressing up in other teams' uniforms, standing on the sides, buying tickets to every other road game across the Big Ten.
So you're saying they cheated better?
They cheated better. But
they cheated better.
And that's an appropriate discussion for another time. But what I'm getting at is during the entirety of a 4.5-hour, 5-hour broadcast, this dude had just come off suspension for doing just that for years, on top of a suspension that he served at the beginning of the year for taking his entire team to Florida or to Italy or wherever the hell they went And they didn't even bring it up. That was not even a topic. That the head coach of the University of Michigan had spent 6 games this year on the bench. 6, not on the bench. You weren't even allowed in the building.
Why would they bring it up, though?
I don't. It just goes to the status of Harbaugh.
Right.
He's bigger than that.
Okay, so who? That was Herbie. That was Herbie and whoever else it was. I forget the play-by-play.
Fowler.
Yeah, Chris Fowler. I don't know where it fits.
Well, it's got to be part of the thread of the season. My God, the number 1 team in the country, more than half the games that they played, he was not allowed to coach.
I'm just trying to figure out when do I bring it up.
I think maybe to start. Maybe to start the game.
They had to have. Like, I don't pay attention to every word. I don't hang on to every word. They had to have, right?
If it was mentioned, it was in passing.
Oh, for sure.
They weren't going to bring up the fact that the potential national champion might be the dirtiest team since the last national champion.
Maybe that is why Harbaugh's larger than life.
How much is he worth? I mean, the guy, look, it's
about 12, 13 million.
And there's no way that he stays in college, right?
Well, according to Feinbaum, there still could be another suspension looming. And Feinbaum says he's coach. Feinbaum hates him and he hates Feinbaum. But Feinbaum is swearing up and down that Harbaugh's coaching his last game in Michigan Monday night.
It wouldn't shock. And I don't personally want him as my coach, but I would certainly not be upset if he was.
I wouldn't be mad either. If he became a Chicago Bears coach, I'm not mad at that. I saw what he did with Colin Kaepernick.
Hell, either one of the Harbaughs I would take.
Right.
We got a lot to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys. This Sunday coming up, it is a playoff game of sorts. How far would you go to win this football game? How important is it? Do you sacrifice health? Do they need a running back with the last name of Cook? We'll talk about it. We'll figure out what Mike McCarthy's got to do, if there's anything, to hold on to the Cowboys gig one more year. Cowboy talk coming, and it won't be any fun unless you're with us. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star. You know, over the holiday, everybody had an opportunity to eat a whole bunch of tamales and probably eat your standard big old ham and do all the family gathering stuff. Well, guess what? It's time to get back into the regular routine and use that brand new grill or all those brand new barbecue implements or rubs that all of us cooks got across Christmas. In no better places with Tri-County Meat, because they say it and I believe it. A great meal always starts with great meat. So try out that brand new grill or that brand new rub when you walk into Tri-County, knowing full well specials every time you walk in. The 5 for $25 is always in play. I will say it again. It is the best deal in San Antonio. 5 items in a bag, $25. There are several meals in that bag. You won't find a better deal, and that's at both locations all the time. If you're a first responder, you're always getting 10% off because we thank you for what you're doing for us. That's Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations. Oh, my goodness, out at Fair Oaks, over on Huebner Road. They are stacked deep. They are ready to see. Let's start the new year right. Put some fine meat on the grill. And when you do, I want you to thank me later.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
You can now buy official Texas lottery tickets right from your phone at jackpot.com. Don't wait. Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are getting bigger every day. Plus, get a free ticket with your first play. Go to jackpot.com. That's jackpot.com. Paid for by jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
With savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances like a GE Profile refrigerator with convenient features like a built-in dual dispense autofill pitcher. Plus, with seamless shopping in-store and online, everything you need for your kitchen is just a click away. Get up to $800 off select kitchen appliances from top brands like GE Profile at the Home Depot. Pricing valid January 4 through 24. Gas ranges and dryers extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Skincare is self-care, and with daily beauty steals of 50% off during Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event, I can find everything I need to make loving my skin a daily practice, from brands like Osea, Lancome, and Tula. And I can shop weekly skin and wellness deals of 30% off more must-have brands. Plus, see what's new from brands like Bubble and in select stores, Sol de Janeiro and Ulla Henriksen. Hurry, event ends January 20th. Shop in store, online, or try pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful. Conditions apply.
SA Card House is the premier card house in San Antonio. That's right. All of our poker playing listeners tuning in, SA Card House is a must visit. It offers a beautiful atmosphere. It's clean, it's inviting, and it's top-notch customer service for your poker playing pleasure. SA Card House brings a unique and completely new vibe to card houses, offering games for all skill levels, which is why I'm so in love with it, because I'm just a beginner. I go in there and they make me feel welcome, and everybody kind of teaches you the game. And they got games for you professional level poker players. And don't forget about Foster's Bar and Grill. I've had just about everything on the menu, and everything is fantastic. They have 3, 4, maybe 5 different chefs in there, all great food, and I've had the best banana bread pudding that you can possibly ever have. Everything's made from scratch, and of course, the poker playing is top-notch. SA Card House is a private social club, and they're always accepting new memberships. Visit sacardhouse.com for more info. Stop in for a quick drink. Check the space out. That's SA Card House at Bitters and 281.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, ultra soft on the potty. Let's just so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. The grip is always stocked. It's our party wine. It's things so our chicks feel fly. So everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
The venue's set. Families coming in from all over. It's our quinceañera. With all the excitement, it may be easy to overlook COVID-19. It's still a risk, and that's why it's muy importante to get this season's COVID-19 shot ahead of time. It helps protect against COVID-19, which can cause severe illness and hospitalization. So let's set the date, vaccinate, and celebrate. Learn about a vaccine option and book this season's updated COVID-19 shot today at schedulecovidvax.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The South Texas RV Super Sale is back at Expo Hall at the Freeman, and boy, do we have a great show this year. After years of supply chain and disruptions, our dealers are loaded with RVs, and they're making deals. A full array of Class A, B, and C motorhomes, gigantic fifth wheels, toy haulers, teardrops, and pop-ups. So go on over to SouthTexasRVSupersale.com, buy tickets in advance. No need to wait in line. Today through Sunday at Expo Hall at the Freeman. Doors open daily at 10 a.m. SouthTexasRVSupersale.com.
They're local, they're San Antonio, and they know sports. They're R&R in the morning, KTFM Floresville, and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys and Ravens are expected to have interest in Jets running back Dalvin Cook if he clears waivers. This according to Josina Anderson of CBS Sports. Speaking of the Cowboys, the Pro Bowl rosters were announced. They have 7: Zach Martin, CD, Micah, Duran, Brian Anger, Brandon Aubrey, and Dak Prescott. And those Spurs return to action tonight against the Bucks. Tip-off is set for 6:30 on TNT.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
That's Rudy J. You don't sound congested or stopped up at all. You
I'm
sound
a little,
good.
I'm still stuffed. Yeah, it's still, yeah, man. See, again, in all my 46 years, I've never had my ass kicked by allergies like this ever. Like ever.
Are you taking anything?
No.
I mean, if you don't, like, It has to be so heavy to get me.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That it's not worth being like chewing on those berries like they're, people are doing.
Yeah, I do. I do my normal stuff, sea moss and black seed oil, but I haven't taken any allergy pills.
What?
Sea moss and black seed oil.
That sounds like a new band. What is black seed oil?
It's supposed to be good for you.
And where do you get it?
Anywhere, nutrition spots.
And
like, where did I get it?
So many questions.
I forget the place.
One
of the
is it
vitamin
like
places.
you drop it on your tongue? Is it something you drink?
Yeah, a couple teaspoons
I bet it tastes awful.
It does. It's not great. You just bear through it.
Black seed oil and what?
Sea moss. You know what sea moss is.
Well, I know what it is. I didn't know you took it for.
I just.
Is it like? What does that look like?
Oh, it's a. See, you can take it in the pill form, but I like it raw.
Like the slimy stuff I can pull off a rock?
No. Well, they take that and they make it into this gel, and you take a couple teaspoons of it.
That's a new one.
And that's that's for like flu and stuff like that. It's not necessarily nothing they could do for you about your allergies.
Speaking of, man, you've been hearing about everybody getting the flu?
I know. It's like, what?
Are you inoculated? If you're not, go get it. It's not.
I know. I remember you got yours two in the same day.
Yeah, that was. Hey, I mean, it's good for Kelsey. Go do it. I on the other hand,
not Aaron Rodgers.
Kicked me in the butt for a day or two, but now I'm glad I did it. Now I walk with my head held high, knowing full well I'm inoculated.
Have you seen any of the names on the Epstein list? It's gonna get crazy for some people out here, man.
The new day and
now Aaron was running his mouth about Kimmel, but then I'm finding out on this list, few of these dudes on the list is Aaron's homies. That's why you don't be on there. Look, it's so bad, that situation, Rob. Pat McAfee is apologizing. He apologized for his role in the Aaron Rodgers interview because you know why? Because he don't want Kimmel's lawyers coming after him.
Now, this is a new one with Kimmel. Not a new one. Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers
they don't
have
like
not
each
gotten
other.
along for a
they
while.
They don't like each other.
And you're telling parts of the story, Rudy. I'm gonna be real honest. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aaron Rodgers said, when this, fair, I'm gonna knock it down to the cliff notes. When this Epstein list comes out and Jimmy Kimmel's name's on there, I'm gonna pop champagne bottles. And Kimmel came back and said, dude, I'm going to sue you. I don't play like that.
Yikes. All right.
Yeah, so the gloves are off. And it's again, if you make Pat McAfee, who that show, it's no holds barred. When Pat McAfee comes out and apologizes, guess because that's not something you play with. Like, that's not, I heard you on Epstein list. Not funny.
We're going to talk some college football at about 9:30, and it's been a good topic today as we looked at the state of the game and what your thoughts are. The state of the Cowboys game on Sunday afternoon against the Washington Commanders.
It's a 2-seed on the line, baby. Avoid the boogeyman as long as possible. That's my theory.
There are 4 games this weekend that matter. Right? There's some seeding. There's some other games that play into seeding.
All right, let's talk about it.
But there are 4 games that matter as far as conference champion. And it's not, it doesn't feel like it's as big a deal closed out weekend as it has been in the past. And it's interesting to think that it's not, despite the fact the matchups. This is rivalry weekend. And it's so funny that there's only 4 games that we're really kind of looking at that matter. But I mean,
the Houston-Indianapolis game, winning in, that's huge.
Winning in.
Buffalo, Miami's for the AFC East.
Matters, home field.
Cowboys, Commanders, even though the Commanders lost 7 in a row, that's for the 2 seed.
Still matters. I mean, there's something on the line.
Jacksonville, Tennessee matters. So, yeah, Seattle needs to win. The Rams, not so much. No, it's some games that matter, but then you have the San Fran they're sitting McCaffrey and maybe Purdy. Baltimore is going to sit Lamar. The Chiefs are going to sit Patrick Mahomes.
It has been the year of the backup quarterback, and it'll be totally exemplified this weekend.
Yeah.
With the guys sitting. Lamar probably not going to play either.
No, Lamar's not playing. Neither is Patrick Mahomes and McCaffrey.
And is Purdy going to play? I don't think he's going to play either.
Oh, Purdy's out as well. Oh, yes, Darnold's starting. That's right.
So it's an appropriate end to what has been the season of the replacement quarterback.
The Joe Flacco, I mean, again, there was a lot of different stories that because for a while it was Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson, then we went to Gosh, what were other storylines this year?
Well, okay. Well, we can start out early with the Baltimore Colts. The Baltimore, where'd that come from? The Indians. Talk about early. The Colts and their quarterback. I mean, he's been gone since week 2.
Anthony Richardson, he went down. And then there's a story of C.J. Stroud.
We had the in and out of Joe Burrow, which, has culminated.
Russell Wilson.
Again, another. We're going to do some NFL gumbo in a little bit. This has been something that Rudy laughed because I've been on our text list. I was, texting everybody Happy New Year's. Like, dude, I'm verklempt. I'm all backed up because I'm talking radio topics with my wife, and she doesn't give a crap. And I went on for like 15 minutes about the situation the Broncos find themselves in. And I turned to her and I'm like, right? And she looked at me like, oh, were you talking to me?
Right.
Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, the Broncos situation is one we want to get into. But when you look at the matchups, I would have thought this was going to be a great weekend of football. You got Eagles, Giants,
San Fran.
It's all the rivalry. Vikings, Lions, Falcons, Saints. Those two teams hate each other.
The Chargers were supposed to do their job and be playing Kansas City right now this week. But since the Chargers suck, Kansas City's sitting all their players. Then they're locked in at the 3 seed. There's no need for them to start Patrick Mahomes.
Now you threw something out on that I deliberately didn't reply to because I'm not sure how right you are. You are mostly right, but I think the fans need to hear how bad is the NFC East. I mean, is it it's not. It can't be the worst.
No, it's not bad.
But it is bad.
It's not the worst. No. What I'm saying, it's not the worst.
It's not the worst, but it's
close.
The
worst is the NFC South.
But the only difference between the NFC South and the NFC East is one other good team.
Well, the reason I threw that out there is because, of course, the Giants and the Commanders both suck.
Yeah,
right?
They're awful.
But then I have the 2 top teams in the NFC East both lose to the Cardinals.
Right.
Who only have the Cardinals have 4 wins, and 2 of them are against the Eagles and the Cowboys. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, how does that happen?
If it is just the Cardinals have the winning formula, that's one thing. Or is it like, and I'm not, forgive me, is it like Texas in the Big 12? Like,
somebody's got to win.
You ain't playing anybody, NFC East.
Wow.
This is a manufactured. I mean, I think, I'm 99% sure that they're far better than the NFC schedule. I mean, they're better than that. But how good are the Cowboys really?
Well,
When
you look at, they played the AFC East this year, right?
And
the 2 good teams in the AFC East, they lost. Yeah. They lost to both of them.
Didn't go well.
You play the 49ers, you lose.
And I put this on the backdrop or as a backdrop to the question.
Okay, I'm listening.
Given that Mike McCarthy is headed toward 36 wins in 3 years, 3 consecutive 12-win seasons, which any other coach on any other team would be getting a pay raise and an extension.
Look how long Brandon Staley kept his gig for nothing.
My God. And Frank Reich continues to get gigs, but this dude's won 36 games, or at least 35 as we sit, 36 coming up. And there is still this wavering little bit of hint of, but.
But because it depends on when and where he loses.
There you go.
Like, look, playoffs start today. You're playing Green Bay in Dallas. You lose that game, Jerry's gonna probably take 2 weeks away from the media and try to decide if he wants to bring you back.
Which there should be zero thought.
I don't think. Yeah, Mike. I think he's done enough to keep it, but I just know the world we live in, and it'd be tough.
What would he have to do to lose? I mean, can he lose in the first round and stay employed with the Cowboys?
If I was a vice president, yes. I don't know if Jerry and Steven would keep him in that situation.
What do you guys think? 656-3776, 656 ESPN. Cowboys win on Saturday or Sunday. They beat the Commanders. They go in as a 2 seed and they host a playoff game and they lose.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What are the payout? What's the ramifications of that? If
Jordan Love, first-year starting quarterback, comes into Dallas and beats you, and you got some penalties, and you got some time clock issues, and there's some questionable play calling, he may not survive, which, again, I don't think is fair. Because, again, you win 12 games. You got to win the regular season game to get in. That's important. But at the end of the day, I know the world we live in, and they pay you to win playoff games.
Does the
play caller source?
Does the looming availability of a guy like Belichick possibly or Harbaugh, does that have any sway here?
Damn.
Because it should. At least with Harbaugh, I can't imagine Belichick coming to the Cowboys. I just can't imagine for lots of reasons. But
no, that won't. That no. I'm not Belichick.
But
am I getting rid of my coach to possibly? Because again, you're gonna have the Chargers, the Bears, maybe the Panthers. You're gonna have a lot of teams after Harbaugh. So firing your coach for a guy that's maybe up for 5 jobs is a dangerous game to play.
Well, I have a feeling
because if you don't get him, then who are you going to get that's going to get you that's going to win you 12 games and win in the playoffs?
The reason I think that there's some exterior forces in play here, because not only is it Harbaugh, who was already proven he knows how to coach in the NFL, Mike Tomlin, I think, is going to be available too. And I think there'll probably be 1 or 2 others that are going to be rather surprising.
Mike Tomlin has Mason Rudolph. I don't know if they're going to let him go. He has Mason Rudolph playing. Considering Lamar Jackson isn't playing, they're probably going to have 10 wins.
True.
They're going to be 10-7.
I'm not saying that. I guess Tomlin would.
I just feel like with
quit.
Tomlin, I don't think he's done a bad job. I just think it's time for a change of scenery for him and the team.
And if those guys are out there, McCarthy might actually play well, get to the NFC Championship game, and you lose close, and suddenly Mike Tomlin's on the phone. Suddenly,
no, if he's in the NFC Championship game, his job's safe. I think the only team he can lose to is San Fran. I don't think Jerry's going to fire him for losing to the best team in the league. Well, the top 2 team in the league. I doubt that.
What is the unforgivable sin that will get him fired for sure, and how little does he have to do to keep that gig? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. It's great to use on the text. And if you are on our YouTube feed, which you better be, you can reach out that direction as well and talk to us however you'd like. But you got to go to sasportstar.com. Go find your YouTube channel and get yourself involved in the show. The playoffs themselves, it looks like such an AFC fun fest where the NFC seems kind of rote.
It's Dallas or it's San Fran.
Yeah, it seems
I'm sorry.
It's so far apart. And I'm not sure if I played out through all the Madden playthroughs, the AFC playoff scenarios, that I would come up with the same champion every time. I think that if you ran that 1,000 times, you'd have 50 different winners.
Yeah, no, let's discuss this on the gumbo. I want it because the AFC side is going to be sexy.
Coming back, let's look at these playoffs that are imminent and the number of quarterbacks in the AFC. Who do you see coming out around the rest of the NFL as the numbers are good? It's been a good season for Thursday and Monday Night Football. Lots of folks watching. And the Texans playing for a playoff game. Let's eat some fine NFL gumbo next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Living in pain is difficult. If you wake up every morning with something that's keeping you out of life, you need to stop that. Life is too short. And there's providers out there that can get you fixed. They're Arasti. Arasti, guys, they're all around San Antonio with one job in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. And the way they do it is quite unique because it doesn't involve surgery. And it's not about pain just to hide the pain instead of fix it. We're talking about your body fixing itself with Arasti. And it works. For me, I had lower back issues most of my adult life. My goodness. And I would wake up sometimes with no reason and just be on my back for a month and a half, 2 months before I felt normal again. I limped into an Arasti provider about 6 years ago for the very first time. I couldn't hardly move. Let me tell you, 10 days later, I was back in the game. You'd have never known after just 3 visits. And that's normal. On average, under 3 visits gets Arasti patients back in the game. Things you need to know when you walk into an Arasti provider, of course, they accept most insurances like all medical providers. And hit one better, you do not need a referral. You can make that call right now. The number is 1-800-404-6050. The website is Arasti.com. Listen to me, there's a fix out there. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call an Arasti provider today. They're going to get you fixed. And when they do, I want you to thank me later.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are getting close to the NFL's final regular season ball games, and that includes the Cowboys. And Jason, it's a big one for the Dallas Cowboys.
It is, and the Cowboys have been in the news with some possible additions. We'll talk about it with Stephen Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. He joined us at 4:30.
And we'll talk some Houston Texans. They got a playoff game on Saturday. The General John McClain, he'll join us at 5:15.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Don't miss out on limited time appliance deals during the closeout event at Lowe's. Get up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an extra $100 when you spend $999 or more on all major appliances. Hurry, these deals are too good to last long. Shop in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 1/4 through 1/24. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for details.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuities in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits from financially strong insurers.
Call 800-715-9880.
That's right, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling today.
Call 800-715-9880. That's 800-715-9880.
Sponsored by Annuity General. Producers have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer. Increased income is possible using strategies suited to your goals and may require buying multiple annuities and holding them full term.
Dave Ramsey here from my friends over at Connecticut in San Antonio. Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy. So there's no computer to break, fewer moving parts, and it works only when you need it. It was even voted most efficient water softener in the world by the Water Quality Association. The team at Connecticut San Antonio can test your water, install a system, and provide treatment all without stepping a foot inside your home.
I'm Chris Canepa of Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. I'll let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days absolutely free. Call us at 656-PURE, that's 656-7873, or visit us on ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Listen up, Texas. You can now play your favorite lottery games right from your phone with Jackpot.com. The Mega Millions and Powerball jackpots are getting bigger every day, and you can get in on the action right now and buy official Powerball, Mega Millions, and Lotto Texas tickets right from your phone at Jackpot.com. Just choose your favorite lottery game, pick your lucky numbers, and get your winnings instantly.
I love playing the lottery, and Jackpot.com makes it so easy because you can buy all your tickets right from your phone.
Jackpot.com notifies me right away if I win. It's safe and secure, and I never have to worry about losing my lottery tickets again.
This is the greatest thing ever. I can buy tickets right on my phone for Powerball, Lotto Texas, and other lottery games while I'm sitting on my couch at home.
Don't wait. Go to Jackpot.com and buy lottery tickets on your phone. Plus, right now, get a free lottery ticket with your first play. Go to Jackpot.com. That's Jackpot.com. Jackpot.com. Paid for by Jackpot.com. You must be 18 or older to order a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, you want to win some holiday cash? We got it. New year, new cash in 2024. And remember that number because you can win it. It's your chance to win $2,024. Go to sasportstar.com for all the details. Sign up there. And when you win, take me and get a burger. I want a Wemby burger. I want a big, tall, stacked Wemby burger.
Do you?
Yeah, man. I haven't had a good hamburger in a while.
Been a while, huh?
I've had good hamburgers. I go to Tri-County and get theirs, and I make them myself. But I haven't had a good hamburger made for me in a while.
Like the homemade joint.
Like Chris Madrid's, the likes of those. I try to mimic those, but it's hard to. But the Wemby, you seen that thing?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You can get your name on you can get your picture on the wall.
If you finish it or what?
I think you get a T-shirt and your picture on the wall.
There's the Chris Madrid's doing one like a challenge.
That's it. That's what I'm talking
okay.
about.
I thought you were talking about the Wemby. Oh, it is the Wemby.
It is the
okay.
Wemby.
See, I thought the Rue Pub had dibs on that. That's why I'm thinking the Rue Pub burger with the mushrooms and the caviar and whatever.
Not cap.
No, it wasn't caviar.
It was
Something.
truffles.
There you go.
Truffles. I don't think Chris Madrid's is doing that.
No, they're just doing like 4 patties, 7 blocks of cheese. I'm good on that.
But we're not talking hamburgers. We're talking gumbo.
What kind of gumbo?
NFL gumbo.
Okra?
Oh, well, you got to put okra.
Okay.
You got to have a little slime factor to your gumbo. You can't fake a roux, by the way. You can fake a lot of stuff in the world.
Right.
You cannot fake a good roux. The roux is almost ready. It smells like burnt popcorn, by the way, when you got it ready. That's a little tip that I learned from my fraternity brother, Brent Leger. Your roux has to smell like burnt popcorn.
The roux got to be right
before it's ready. The Monday night football, the Thursday night football, all the football numbers are up this year.
Oh, it's foie gras.
Oh, foie gras. That's right. It wasn't truffle.
Chip just hit me. Foie gras. Chip just hit me a foie gras.
Let me tell you, you will never.
What is foie gras? Duck poop?
Well, no, it's duck liver.
Oh. FOIGRAS.
Faux gras.
Thanks, Chip. Love you, man.
Yeah, that's the juiciest hamburger you're ever going to eat. I mean, I'm in the mood for a good burger.
Me too.
We paid a lot of attention to football in places that we haven't recently. Monday Night Football viewership is up nearly a little over 24%.
That just, you know what that tells me, Rob? In all honesty, some people lost houses. Some people lost relationships, their savings.
Oh, this is a gambling thing.
Yes. If viewership is up in football on Thursday nights, the worst night in NFL, that just means gambling is up.
So if you're commissioner and you're giving a speech on the state of the NFL, and we're up, viewership is here and here. The reason behind it isn't the quality of games; it's the quality of the bet.
Yeah, because nobody's really good at gambling, right? There's like out of 1 million people, there's 100 that are good
on any given night. Yeah,
yeah. Football, it just seems like it's the easiest sport to gamble on.
But when you're talking numbers, and granted, I would say Monday Night Football has improved, at least with the quality of game, far more than Thursday night. I think Thursday night, apart from the Cowboys, which I think Bezos.
Oh, that was Seattle, right? That game was awesome. That was Seattle on that Thursday night. That game was awesome.
I think there might have been 2 other games this year that really mattered, that you really cared about. You watched past the first half. And, I'm sure Bezos built in the Cowboy fee. But viewership up that, it's not just gambling. Looking at the games.
We started with Jets, Browns, Saints, Rams, Bears, Commanders. Jesus. At that time, the Packers suck. Lions, Packers.
But viewership is up.
Because of gambling.
Because of the bed that they've made with gambling.
And I'm not, if you're the NFL, you don't give a damn how you get the eyes. Because then you could charge Bud Light whatever you want to charge them or whoever.
But
I'm looking at some booty games at the Thursday night schedule. I'm talking about booty.
With the gambling side of this, when you see games that end the way the Cowboy-Detroit game went, where literally it had nothing to do with play on the field. It was a mistake that changed the outcome of the game. You think Vegas is leaning on the NFL? Like, man, you're going to have to fix this reffing problem. Like, you're going to have to fix this,
because Vegas wins regardless.
So,
because Vegas had money on Dallas and Vegas had money on Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit covered.
Yeah.
I had Detroit covering. That's all that matters.
So the point spread, it wasn't affected, though, the outcome if you're playing money line. It was.
Right. If you're playing, right. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. If you're playing money line, that's different.
So at what point, what I'm getting at is I read another article from somebody else, and I don't know who it was, because now it's a chorus of people going, reffing is so god-awful bad that if we don't fix things now, it could get out of hand to the point where we're not going to trust the outcome of games.
What? Wait, I know you're not saying it, the S word. Are you saying this is scripted? Are you going there?
I'm not saying scripted.
I was going to say, don't be that person. Don't be Arian Foster.
No, I don't think that scripting had anything to do with the outcome of the Cowboy-Detroit game. It was
ineptitude.
Yeah, best word you could have used. It was inept. It was an inept on a grand
on
scale.
both sides. I think because Detroit tried to trick Dallas, they tricked the ref who shouldn't have been tricked. But then again, they don't, if the ref isn't tricked. Once Dan Campbell hears them announce number 70 as eligible, then it's on him.
Right.
Then it's on Dan Campbell to call a timeout and say, hey, or
wrong dude,
throw the flag. So, do something. Right. You know what I mean? So, so you can't dupe the refs and the Cowboys. And then after that, Rob, once you see it doesn't work, then you do it 2 more times. You go for the 2-point conversion 2 more times after that. Like, you get what you deserve at that point.
Yeah, they did. And arrogance, reckless arrogance, however you want to define what Detroit did, that's one thing. But the play calling and the reffing in general, when we talk about viewership is up on Thursdays, it's up on Mondays. It's always been a beast on Sundays. But what we see, the product we're getting seems skewed. It doesn't seem real. When you watch the game and go, Detroit scored. They did everything right. They did what they were doing. They're going to win it, and they're going to take it at the end. And nope.
The 2 games on Monday between Bama, Michigan, Texas, Washington, I put those 2 games up against your 2 best NFL games all day long and twice on Sunday.
Isn't that a problem? Shouldn't we be worried?
I don't think it is, Rob,
initially.
because it's not because you're up 40%.
Viewership's up.
You're up 40%. Especially, look, Monday, that's one thing. I get it. Monday had some solid games. For the numbers to be up on Thursday at these games I'm looking at, I see the 49ers 31-13 over the Seahawks. Bengals with no Joe Burrow getting drugged by the Ravens. Panthers and Bears, Rob. That's a Thursday game. Titans and Steelers.
And 22% more people this year watched that game.
Did you hear
than
me?
last.
I said the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. And then I said the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears.
That was a legitimate, real football game given to us by the streaming service Amazon Prime.
Chargers Raiders was 63-21.
And more people watched.
It's gambling, dude. It has nothing to do with it being a great product and that they're king. It's because or I got somebody going to my prize picks, or I got money line or whatever, the over under the half or the second half. It's all gambling, bro. It has nothing to do with the product because in all actuality, half of the NFL season is crap. Half of it.
True. We don't care.
No, I don't. I got to watch every week. It's my job.
I saw an article in Front Office Sports, and this is something to pay attention to for down the road. As the NFL is, truly trying to go international. We got German games and
we have to. That's where we are.
We're London, now we're in Germany, and we're headed toward Brazil. That as these games grow, as we have more and more of them, and you got to figure if they're going to do one in Brazil, they're probably going to do 2. I mean, you're playing all that groundwork, probably a couple.
Brazil. I do Spain. I'd rather be in Spain, but they pick Brazil, whatever.
So they're headed that way because of the time difference, but in both Brazil and in Europe. The expectation is in the next couple of years, we're going to start having probably a 9 a.m. kickoff, a noon kickoff, and a 3 kickoff, and a 6 kickoff. And we're going to have 4 segments of kickoffs every Sunday for at least 4 Sundays a year. Well, we will have all the international games. And I get the sense they're not going to play an international game in Brazil and in Europe on the same weekend. So we'll have 8 games, I would say, at least 8 weekends. Half of the season will be spent with you can wake up early every Sunday, or maybe it's I don't know what time it is in Brazil right now.
We can Google it.
I'm sure we could. But
what time is it in Brazil right now?
We're going to start having these staggered, not 3 starts like we do noon, 3, and 6, or 6:25, whatever that late game is. But now you'll have a 9, noon, 3, and 6. You want to talk about?
So Brazil's only 3 hours ahead of us.
So
that's not bad.
Yeah, they're just a little bit
like the London one is 7.
Yeah,
7 hours behind or ahead. I don't remember.
That would give you one time it would be late, and the other time it would be early. Another reason for Vegas to stay busy.
And also, those games sell out in like 2 minutes. So it's not like they're going to stop. But Jerry let it be known. Jerry's like, I'm only going to Mexico.
Did you think?
Jerry told Goodell to his face, like, if I'm going anywhere, I'm only going to Mexico. I ain't going to London. If you lost your damn mind, I'm Jerry Jones.
I'm going where there's a bunch of blue jerseys already on people's backs.
Who the hell you think you talking to sending me to Germany? Jerry told Goodell to his face, we will only be going to Mexico City. And tapped him on the butt.
I got you, Jer. Got you, Jer. I'll tell you when we're going international. Coming back, let's talk some college football. As we head toward the title, let's look at the two undefeated teams. A record could be set by the winner, and it doesn't matter which winner. We'll tell you all the things that could fall with a 15-0 season as the two best teams in college football square off live right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Monday evening. We'll have it all for you, and the boys will be out at the Rue Pub getting you ready on Monday night. And,
nice.
Yeah, we'll all be
some
out there.
Foie gras.
That's right. Have yourself the foie gras burger and watch the last college football game of the year on what has been a remarkably successful year despite the naysayers. We'll look at where we sit in the college football world and where we're going, which looks even better. That's next. You're on R&R. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Card House, like every month, is doing what they always do. It's the 125K giveaway running all the way through January 31st. 17 hot seats drawn per day, every hour on the hour, starting at 9 a.m. Also, they got 20 spin the wheel to wins, $500 to $2,000. And you know, the more you play, the more you get paid. That's right. We're talking about the multipliers. 100 to 149 hours is 2 times. 150 plus hours, you're talking about 3 times the multipliers. Just went out to SA Card House literally yesterday and had lunch with a buddy. And guess what I had? You know what I had. Y'all listen to me all the time. I had breakfast for lunch because they have breakfast all day long at Foster's Bar and Grill. Full service bar. Everything you can think of under one roof. So neat, so clean, so inviting. Check it out for yourself at sacardhouse.com. That's San Antonio Card House at 281 and Bitters.
It's Dallas Cowboys football on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Cowboys and Commanders. Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
Out of the gun, back to Dak. He's taking another shot in the end zone. Left side of the end zone. Touchdown.
Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Ewald Kubota, Mother's Window Tint, Woods Comfort Systems, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
America's best high school football players are coming to San Antonio. It's the All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, January 6th. Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, and Micah Parsons played here. Join us for a day of exciting football to see the stars of tomorrow at the All-American Bowl, followed by the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by Valero. It's the All-American Bowl at the Alamo Dome, Saturday, January 6th. Tickets on sale at the Dome box office and Ticketmaster.
Find your purpose, find your why. At the Y, you'll find more than just a place to work out, with opportunities to connect with neighbors and give back to your community. You'll discover a great sense of purpose too. Join the Y, January 8th through the 14th for Wellness Week at any YMCA location.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Over the past decade, the Rue Pub has proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the UFC fights. And when you show up at the Rue Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Celebrating 10 years in business, the Rue Pub is next to the Angry Elephant there at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced. Let our professional parts people test your battery for free at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast, Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
Purchase new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts today and we'll install them for free. See better and drive safer with O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get ready for the ultimate poker showdown. It's their Texas Hold'em tournament with a jaw-dropping $100,000 first place prize. Join us at the 100 Grander on Saturday, January 13th in San Antonio for high-stakes action. The top finishing woman player wins $10,000 and top finishing senior and super seniors win $5,000 each. Don't miss out on the excitement. Secure your spot now at TexasHold'emSA.com to register. That's TexasHold'emSA.com to register.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting roles for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Go to nomoredraftywindows.com for full offer details. Homeowners, this is not a drill. Do not put off replacing old, broken, drafty windows in your home one more day. Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies, can transform your home, fixing common issues like hot or cold rooms or sky-high energy bills. Renewal by Andersen's Fibrex windows and doors combine the strength and insulation of wood plus the low maintenance and durability of vinyl, guaranteed to never fade, flake, blister, or peel. These are truly your forever windows, backed by Renewal by Andersen's industry-leading warranty coverage. Just text WARM to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or patio doors for no money down, no payments, and no interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings are only in January. Text WARM to 200-300 right now. Text the word WARM to 200-300. Don't wait. Text WARM to 200-300.
It's the Awesome Tickets Pro Football Pick'em Challenge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your shot at $50,000 nationally, while weekly winners locally get a $50 gift card to 5 Oaks Ace Hardware on Thousand Oaks. At the end of the season, locally, the best overall record wins the San Antonio Grand Prize of $1,000 worth of tickets to any event from Awesome Tickets. Sign up today at sasportstar.com.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Counting them down to Monday night as we crown the last of the 4-team college football playoff champions.
That's right.
And head toward the 12-team next year and all of the benefits of all the extra great games. But as we close down the 23-24 season, I think every commissioner, I think everybody involved with college football, even coaches like Jeff Traylor would say the football game, the game itself is in a better place today than it was in August.
Sure.
I think that they have proven all the naysayers that the world was ending and competition was going to collapse and players were going to be coming and going and doing all that stuff. And they did. They came and went. But at the end of the day, the product that college football was better for it.
Yeah, and I think your guy, y'all go way back to 2006, 7, 5.
Who, Peter Burns?
Yeah.
Oh, from before that even.
Yeah, I think he summed it up best.
Hate to say it, but college football isn't dying. Everybody wants you to think that it is, but it isn't. It's just changing from the college football we grew up with, right? 3 factors you have to look at when you determine the health of the sport, okay? 1, are people still showing up for the games? Yes, 94 of the 133 teams actually had more fans in attendance than they did last year. That's healthy. Are people just not watching anymore? This is the second most watched season we've had since 2016. The television ratings have actually increased. And then the other part, is it just the same old, same old? Is it the same old teams? We've got Michigan and Washington playing for a national championship right now, 2 teams that haven't played for a title in over 25 years. You combine that with players getting more rights than they have ever had, and the fact that we're getting ready to expand to a 12-team playoff. Name, image, and likeness, the transfer portal creates more parity. College football is going to be a lot healthier going forward.
And he forgot to add one other thing that I think is more key than anything else. NCAA football from EA is coming back. To those of us that know from the day, we know how important that was to so many college football fans.
That game. I used that win. I used to use that win. Number 9. He was number 9, right?
Yes.
I just have him roaming and tackling and blitzing and everything and playing safety and linebacker. Yeah, I remember that. And they get a little bit of scratch for it. Not much, but they get a little bit of scratch for it.
I think what Burns is talking about, and he's right. that it's different, but it ain't worse.
Yeah, Peter Burns is the SEC network, right?
Yeah, he's SEC network. He's a panel guy. He's a face guy.
Yeah, he's a face guy. I almost got his ass kicked by Ben. What was his name? That big tight end.
Ben Coates.
Ben Watson. Ben Watson. Ben Watson almost kicked his ass on national TV.
But talk about my wife.
But no, Burns. He's just trying to let everybody know, like, for all the moaning and groaning that the coaches do and the fans and some of the media do, the game actually grew.
So what in your mind is the primary problem facing college football right now? 656-3776, 656-ESPN. As we close it down, what's the one thing I think we can all agree needs to get fixed?
Do away with early signing. This way we can move the portal back till after because right now, I heard it this morning. They went back to school today, and he's dealing with the portal right now. Like, I don't want to have to be dealing with that while I'm possibly competing for a natty. So, but the only way to fix that, Rob, is you have to move the early signing. Matter of fact, why even do early signing?
Right.
Just do the February signing date, and then this way you can move the portal back. This way coaches can just coach throughout the bowl and throughout the playoff and not worry about it. That's the one thing I think we can all agree on. Like, let's just do away with that, or just move it back.
I agree. I think that there shouldn't even be a portal list until February. We should,
right.
And players can tweet it out and whatever, but there shouldn't be an official portal. They're in, they're out. They submitted their paperwork until give me a day after the championship game.
Now, okay, perfect. We got the San Antonio All-Star game coming up this weekend and the All-American All-Star game this weekend. Another thing that is going to change is high school players until the very last minute. And I'll tell you why. I heard Deion Sanders say this, and this is another part we're not talking about, and I'm as portal as you can get. I'm all for it. But when I hear Deion Sanders say, I'm only taking 5 high school kids, that's scary. That's scary in the sense of, like, look, I have to say, so basically what he's saying is I'm saving all of my scholarships for a guy that's already proven. I'm not going to deal with the freshmen that may not pan out. So now, remember when you had these kids coming in and they got 6 hats and they're like, I ain't decided. Well, your ass better decide, because if they can find you in the portal, and the guy that they find in the portal has already been playing D1 football, and he's already mature, and he's already got his weight up and this and that. You might not be any good. So the days of these kids waiting up to the very last minute, like, once you commit, you better get in shape, you better get in the gym, and you better get on campus as soon as possible, because you got these coaches that are saving majority of their scholarships for the guys that are in the portal and are already proven.
Do you have a problem with it?
I don't have a problem with it, but it scares me for the high school kids.
Because when I hear that tells me, first of all, if I'm Jeff Traylor and if I'm at Lamar and I'm at the middling, I'm happy. That's suddenly there's some guys that are now available to me that, there's a trickle-down effect.
I didn't even think, well, that's a great point, Rob. I didn't think about that.
But the bad news is I'm only going to get them for a year or two. Because they're going to show up, I'm going to get them for a year, they're going to play while they're going to leave.
I'm going to develop them.
Yeah.
A la Trey Moore or Cam Alexander.
Exactly. But, the real money that it's going to cost to get them, I won't have to pay, because they're going to go up the street to Austin. They're going to go, College Station or wherever it might be. But at the very least, it allows Coach Traylor to go get a couple, maybe 4 or 5 stars he might not have gotten. Would you be opposed to a mandatory minimum number of freshmen, or a percentage of available scholarships must come to incoming freshmen? Like, I don't know, because every school's got a different number of scholarships every year. But would you say 50%, half of your available scholarships have to go to college freshmen?
I wouldn't think I would like that, because I don't think I'd like that. I wouldn't be down with that, because I mean, look at Kansas State.
Yes.
They used to thrive off JUCO. They never really went for the freshmen in high school. They thrived. They lived off, was it Bill Snyder?
Yeah, Snyder was a
JUCO genius. So no, I don't want that. But I'm just saying, these high school kids, I hope that someone is telling them, like, unless you're just out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about the 3-star, the 4, the 2, the 4, the guys between 2 and 4 stars, man, y'all ain't got all day. They trying to find their guys in the portal. So it's a scary time if you're an incoming freshman.
And you brought up something important. The game that's being played right here in San Antonio coming up on Saturday. It used to be ceremonial. I mean, everybody lined up to be the guy sitting at the table with all the hats. And you get the sense that if you have arrived, if you're already here and you haven't committed,
good luck.
Good luck.
They might give your scholarship away. Again, some of these guys that are coming to the All-American Bowl, though, are out of this world.
Yeah,
they're saving scholarships for some of those guys.
Yeah, there's 50 dudes that are showing up that are out of this world. It doesn't matter. They're part of the 4 or 5 that be allowed regardless. But I will say it might not be so important for the All-American Bowl, but for the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game, that's where the importance comes in.
Yes. You got to commit and you got to get to campus.
Because if you're showing up this weekend hoping for a scholarly,
that's been given to the guy from Clemson that couldn't get on the field.
And I think that is probably the biggest adjustment. And if you're talking about adjustments that players and teams and conferences all have to make, the most difficult ain't the players. You're just going to have to commit early and be ready to go because we're now treating you like men, professionals. We're treating you like professionals. You're going to have to act as if. With that, and we talk about professionalism and the health of college football, is there anything above and beyond the players that we look at? Should there be something with coaches? Because it hasn't happened this year. We didn't get the Brian Kelly on a recruiting visit for Notre Dame in Louisiana, recruiting a Notre Dame kid and walking out of the room and signing with LSU. We don't have a Michigan State coach.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's in a sex scandal.
We didn't have any of that. But we have in the past. If we're going to try to improve the quality of the game, what do we do with coaches that exit like that? Or is this just part of the world?
That's part of the world. Yeah. And again, the portal also, like, perfect example, Rob. Like, think about how bad Colorado's offensive line was, right? Like, probably the worst in the country. Normally, that takes you 2-3 years to fix.
At least.
I get to fix it in 3 months.
And, that's the benefit that we don't talk about, that you can truly fix things.
But now I can fire you too.
With the double-edged sword that comes that way. Speaking of prime, I was in Dick's Sports yesterday. And
those shades were not in there.
No, not the shades, but I'm surprised.
Oh, okay.
But there's an entire line of Nike primetime gear that's out.
In San Antonio.
They had an entire end cap of, I forget his prime slogan, but prime time or it's prime. Nike,
in San Antonio.
Nike licensed prime gear in black and gold Colorado Buffalo on an end cap in Dick's Sporting Goods in San Antonio.
Interesting. I knew he had an effect on the country, but I didn't think it made its ways down to San Antonio.
It looked like everything was still there.
Is there any UTSA stuff in there?
There actually is.
Okay,
Dick's
cool.
does a pretty good job.
Then I'm good with that.
They do.
As long as UTSA is in there, then we good.
But given that effect that Dion now has,
because he's already fixed his O-line in the portal. He got the #1 offensive tackle in the country out of high school, and then he got 4 guys from the portal.
So we are now, the only complaint I think I would have for this season, apart from the Wild West that is the portal,
was a Georgia, Florida State.
It was the bowl season. The bowl season was crappy. It wasn't any good. And I know we're going to be adding more games that are going to be bowl names, but they're playoffs. We're going to have 4 more games. Right. The first 2. The top 4 get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, right?
I think so.
And then the other 8 are going to play games in bowl games, but they're playoff games. So that's 4 bowl games that I didn't watch this year that I will watch next year.
Great point.
And that might be enough.
Oh, that's enough for me. It's enough for me.
Now, the timing of all this is going to be interesting. Are they going to do all of them on like a Saturday, Sunday? When are they going to play these playoff games? And are they all going to be on like New Year's Day? Are we going to play playoff games on New Year's Day? Like the Orange and the Fiesta and all those bowls that eventually might host a title game?
I'll probably start them a little early because of I don't want to compete
4
with
straight games.
I don't want 4 straight games, and I don't want to go too head to head with the NFL.
Would you separate it game a day? Because I'll tell you, that Texas game went so late.
Well, if it's 4 games, because it's 8 teams, right? So that's 4 games. I do 2 and 2.
You'd have to do 2 and 2.
I do 2 and 2. I'm not trying to do 4 in one day. That's just too much.
But with the 4 teams buying, that gives you an extra week. I think that would be probably the easiest fix because looking back, I saw no bowl games of any measure at all. If I tuned in, it was
you watched A&M Oklahoma State, obviously.
Dude, I didn't watch hardly any of that. I mean, I turned on the game. Keep in mind, Aggie quarterback was hurt within 35 seconds.
I know.
And what was a gruesome
But I like the
injury.
kid that came in after.
Yeah, he tried hard, but it was like every other game. It's a bunch of dudes that are going to be playing next year that I didn't even recognize. Who's this guy and who's that guy?
Right.
And I recognize Oklahoma State because of haircut.
I only watched UTSA outside of the playoff.
Well, good news for UTSA fam as it stays solid. Frank Harris will be staying with the fam.
Absolutely.
Hey, we're just the beginning of a full sporting day. I dare you to go see the Blitz live. They're out at Joe Freeman Coliseum today. It's the South Texas RV show, RV super sale at Joe Freeman. Go visit them. They'll be live from 2 to 6. And see yourself a mobile home. Rudy, it's good to see you again, my brother.
Good to see you.
See you tomorrow.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow Rob at Rob Thompson